Hello, hello, and welcome back to the live stream. Welcome back to Who Summoned It, a deduction game about figuring out who brought in a huge monster into the Kingdom of Knotgud. So we've been having some fun last time figuring out the first few bits of what's going on in this kingdom, because it's not just a monster that's been summoned, right? It seems like things are weird around here. We've got a weird king that just showed up that looks like a young version of the old king, so presumably might be some age-related shenanigans magic. Then the princess was supposed to marry a prince from another kingdom, but it seems like the prince is in love with someone else and doesn't actually want to marry the princess, because when he was supposed to be at the wedding, he was off in a suspicious turnip field. The turnip farmer is also suspicious. He's very obsessed with turnips. And yes, there's just weirdness going on. There is a magic shop with a magic imp. The imp seems like he's scamming the whole town, and the magic items in the shop are actually just all fake. So yes, everyone is very, very suspicious. So while we haven't really gotten into who summoned the monster yet, we've definitely uncovered a bunch of things that are suspicious. And we will be diving further into it today. We've just made it into the graveyard where we were told the princess should be, right? We should be able to meet the princess. Well, interestingly with that, I'm not seeing any princess here, but we're gonna take a look at something in a minute. But right now, of course, welcome everyone. Hello Juan, hello Crystal, hello Digibob, hello Ava. Crystal's already got some theories. Vampire Prince of Lovers is either Mouse Girl or the Farmer. I mean, yes, I said yesterday, kind of as a half joke, that it could be Mouse Girl. But yes, why is he in the turnip field, right? Maybe he's there meeting the farmer. So that's a possibility. Joan doesn't trust Queen Aurora. Yes. It was like, we went into this council, even though we don't have any experience as a truthmeister. We don't even actually have a proper license to do it, right? So yes, we were brought in as the person that's going to find the truth, even though in theory we are not qualified to do that. So I think, yes, I think at least some of the people that got us here were expecting us to fail at the job. Of course, we're going to surprise them. We're going to be turn out to be the best truth seeker detective in all of the kingdoms, and we're gonna uncover what they were trying to hide from us. Yes, we know T summoned the monster. They admitted it. They admitted yesterday, but they're not here today, so we still have to verify their claims, right? No one has seen the king's body? Yeah, I mean, it's in the castle somewhere. Him or his body. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see where the mysteries take us. Well, no, now, before we start exploring further, there's a couple things in this graveyard scene and in our scroll I want to point out. First of all, we've been told that the princess should be in the graveyard, but there isn't a princess in this graveyard. However, an interesting thing is that there is a gargoyle in this graveyard, and the eyes move, and the icon on it is a conversation icon. So this is someone we can talk to. Is this the princess? Because if that's the case, I can see why the vampire boy was having some doubts about the marriage. Yes, but before we get to that, when I was preparing the game, I realized that we have like tabs on this side of the scroll. So we have the solution to, we have to find the disaster, which actually I think we may be able to do at least this first part, because it's the disaster occurred last something as the traditional something was underway. And we know what was going, right? There was a festival in preparation for the wedding. But also, I found out that on top of having a tab for things we've already solved, we also have a tab for the characters. And each of the characters has a fill in the blanks section. So, I don't know, I somehow missed that yesterday. So we may have to do a little, you know, go through it and fill it in. And it will also serve as a little recap of who we've met so far. So we have Baker Callie. Callie does something at the Sitting Star something. She is not only known for her pies made with something and something, but also for her time as a sky pirate known as Loose Cannon Callie. So, we know she's the baker, and she works at the tavern, and she makes pies out of sugar and potatoes. Indeed she does. Yes, the pies, the sweet potato pies, but not from sweet potato, no, with normal potatoes with sugar. Yes, that's it. So that's what character filled in. Then we have the little boy Ludwig, who's up to mischief, up to no good all the time. Little Ludwig, one of the poorly educated children of Knotgud. His brother, the guard, tries to keep him out of trouble. If he's crossing his fingers, what he just said is a lie. Yes, he told us many lies when we were talking to him. Okay, I guess it's false, because I don't see a word for lie here. Yes, that's mystery solved as well. There's no tab for princess. Maybe princess is a lie, just like egg. No, I think there's no tab for the princess because we haven't met the princess yet, right? Those are all the characters we've met so far. So she will be added as soon as we meet her. So then we have the turnip farmer Herbert. Herbert the farmer. Very passionate about things. Something, and wants everyone else to enjoy them as much as he does. Yes, so he's very passionate about turnips. Yeah, we've got it. Like, it's not... It doesn't seem like those mysteries are hard. It's just checking that we've paid attention. Duncan, the only guard in Knotgud. He tends to fall asleep all the time. Yes, while on guard duty, he's been using the Wonder Wax to help stay awake, except it's not helping him at all because all of the magical items are a scam. We've not met the new Kill the Non-Killing. That might just be because people told us about them and they're both dead, in theory, so we won't be able to meet them. We'll see. We'll see. We will meet more characters and see if they get added. So we have Harold the Herald, which is actually a woman, as we found out. Yes, the town herald, fittingly named Harold. She knows everything there is to know about the goings-on in Knotgud. She helps someone with anything they need. It's the princess, because they are actually in love with the princess, and they were trying to steal her away from the vampire prince. Got that too. Yes. Then the imp Fiddlesticks that works in the magic shop and supposedly cannot tell a lie, but actually seems to be scamming everyone. Fiddlesticks, an imp from the land of Volatics. He appears in Knotgud one day and now works at the Wonder Shop, much to his dismay. Because of his nature, he cannot make a false statement, right? And yet, somehow, everything he says just seems like a lie. Yep, got that too. Okay, so, New King. The New King, Bert, arrived to Knotgud recently. He only ruled for a week before being squashed by the Boogaloo. That's the name of the monster that's been summoned and is attacking the castle. Right. Then the Old King Kurt. Old King Kurt, the former king of Knotgud, he appointed the new king Bert as their heir just before he died. Do we have died? Just before he melted. Perished? Yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure that Pimmelsticks don't have a master. Yeah, it did feel like, okay, there is supposedly a guy that runs this shop, but he's nowhere to be seen, right? So something is suspicious about that too. Okay, so we have the Prince Atticus, who was going to marry the princess, but actually secretly is having an affair, potentially with the rat girl. Atticus, the what? What pink word does go in here? The vampire, there we go. Prince of Still Bad, that's the kingdom that he's from. And famous musician. Atticus is just his stage name. His real name is Wilbur Tinkleberry. That's a great name. We got it. Okay, and the final one is the rat peddler Rita. So one of the candidates who might possibly be the prince's secret girlfriend. Rita, the rat peddler, she rents out all-purpose rats to the people of Knotgud. The rats are aware of what is right and wrong, right? Because they were having moral quandaries. What word do we have that fits? Sleep, stall, summon, swap, transform, trick, true, uncertain. Victim? They know. Or are they uncertain of what is right or wrong? Because they were still doing the things, but then they were having moral issues. Yes, okay, that works. So that's all of the characters. Atticus is rekindling your teenage crush on Hot Dog, guys. Yes, it's your new sexy wizard. Yes, that's all the characters we've met so far filled in. And then we have the disaster. So the disaster occurred last night, right? Do we have... Yes, we have night. As the traditional Stillbat festival was happening, right? Because they organized the festival to be a Stillbat one in recognition of the vampire prince. Yes, okay, and then we get more to fill in. Shortly after the wedding ceremony, right, because that's what they were here for, began, the something along with giant something were spotted in the something. Okay, so the boogaloo and the giant vines were spotted in Knotgud. Nope, that's not right. Oh, in the turnip fields, because it seems that's where it all came from, and then it moved to Knotgud. Yes, that's it. This was no accident, as the boogaloo is not from our world and requires requires to be summoned, right? So it requires something to be summoned. What we have? A sacrifice to be summoned? No. I mean, it did turn out that the festival was like, some of the things were from the kingdom, but then some of the things were just added, and he was like, that's not what we do, right? So some of the things seems to have been added under the pretense of it being a Stillbat tradition, but actually probably a cover for whatever magic the person was trying to cast that organized this. Okay, what is this then? This was an accident, as the boogaloo is not from our world and requires something to be summoned. Oh, a ritual instead. Ah yes, we have a word for that. Yes, okay. This brings a lot of new questions. Yes, it does bring up a lot of new questions. So we have to summon a boogaloo. The bugler was summoned. Whoever did first had to do something. During a something, gather an image of the something and plant something at the summoning location. Okay, it feels like I know some things that could potentially go there, like, you know, they needed to plant the vine at this field or something. But we've not heard anything yet or read anything yet about gathering an image, right? We've read about summoning rituals in general, but not the details of, oh, and this is what specifically you need to do to summon a boogaloo. So I presume this is going to be something we find later on. Okay, I think we're good. I think we've caught up. I think that was a good, like, hey, that's what's going on so far. Am I the only one who thinks that the boogaloos looks and sound kind of like Oogie Boogie from A Nightmare Before Christmas? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can imagine that now. But, I mean... we know about the full moon, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We'll get to it. Okay, let's start exploring the graveyard. So there's more scratches from an animal. We saw that at the entrance to the town. Or something else. Whatever made us had big claws. Yes, we saw that at the entrance to the town. So there's been scratches around. Some graves. It says, here lies Filbur Wigglebee. I'm not sure we know who that is. Some mushrooms. Barrowcap mushrooms. This is exactly the kind of mushroom I'd expect to grow in a graveyard. Okay, good to know. What else? More graves. I can't read this one. It's too old. There's one with a moon just behind me. Someone drew a yellow symbol on this grave with chalk. Okay, so this is yellow chalk. We know that the boy, he had yellow chalk and he's been drawing things, but there's also been green and blue chalk symbols around town. Who has the authority to arrange these things or the credibility and trustworthiness to convince people that the festival is like this? Yeah, we don't know. We don't actually know who was in charge of organizing the festival, and yes, it would probably be a good thing to know, considering that we know that the festival was messed with. Okay, there's a shovel. Some kind of weapon used to fight dirt? Sure. Okay, well, let's speak to this gargoyle and find out if this is the princess. No. It's Zolan the Gravedigger. Well, hey there! Huh? Who said that? Over here! A talking bird? A little lower? A talking statue? Almost! A talking gargoyle! Most of us talk though. That's not really special. Oh, sorry. I've never met a gargoyle. Honest mistake, friend. I've never met a truthmeister? Yes, we don't actually know what kind of creature we are. I thought we were some sort of imp, but then the thing in the shop is an imp and we don't look exactly like that. Yep. Let's go with that. Riki Rocktoe is the name. Truthing is my game. Well met there, Riki. I'm Zolan Wicks, the Gravedigger. I might not look spry right now. The opposite, in fact. But when the sun goes down, I really get moving. Let me tell you, Riki. Could I ask you some questions? Oh, shucks, I don't know. I'm kind of busy. Go places to be, you know. Alright. I could come back later. Haha. I'm just pulling your leg there, Riki. It's a long day out here with everyone staying inside. Really? Don't go. Especially if you're thinking about heading into those woods. Did you hear there are vicious furry beast that's been running around in there? Rumor has it is someone who lives here and they transform into it. Okay, we had vampires, now there's werewolves. I'd get a hold of some silver. That will scare any shifter away. Or better yet, find out who it is. Okay, so we will need to identify the werewolf beast. Disappointed that the gargoyle isn't the princess. Technically, it's just a grotesque because of no water spout. Wow. People got lore. Okay, well, they will talk. They're bored here alone, so they will tell us things. So let's talk about the disaster. Where were you during the disaster last night? Sure was. Boy, that was something, huh? I didn't go to the festival. All those lights and people make me anxious. So I was here, digging graves. I heard all kinds of commotion. Then a cannonball flew right over my head. I turned around to see an honest-to-goodness boogaloo. I hate those things. Do you know much about boogaloos? I know it's a shadow creature, which is a gargoyle's mortal enemy. I don't know much about the details, just that a boogaloo is the worst one. All shadow creatures can only be summoned at night, which is why as gargoyles start moving about. But the boogaloo also needs a full moon, because it's a real diva. Okay, so that basically gives us the answer to the scroll we just need to fill in now. Sure enough, I saw that big, bright full moon in the sky as the boogaloo went rampaging. It stomped right up and tore the whole castle apart. I was about to go chasing after it. But then, who do I run to? But the princess herself! She told me to stay put and protect Knotgud. She's smart as a whip, all right. Why didn't I think of that? That's why she's the princess, and not me. Among other reasons, probably. You were going to chase after it? But we're so little, and it's so big. Oh gosh, yes. But I am a gargoyle. Shadow creatures won't come anywhere near us. Even that big old boogaloo would think twice before approaching me. So basically, they have a gargoyle here and they could just get rid of the boogaloo, but they won't? Like they won't chase it out of town? So as long as I have to, I'm staying right here. And that thing won't come any closer to Knotgud. You saved Knotgud! You deserve a medal! Or a gift basket. Nah. I can't get rid of a boogaloo. Just keep it at bay. Besides, I do it for the love of the game. Repelling shadow creatures is good enough. It's like eating a decadent meal for a gargoyle. Weird. Yep. Their torment brings me joy. Nyum 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 nyum. This is getting uncomfortable. We're like, okay, so you just like tormenting creatures. I mean, they're evil, so it's fine, but still. Okay, so got any gossip? You remember what I said about those woods, right? There's a beast in there that's scared of silver. Keep that in mind. But that's not the only weird thing about them. Sometimes I see lightning shoot out of the trees. Other times I hear someone reciting poetry. Now those vines and that boogaloo came from that way. There's something really fishy going on in there. Just keep your eyes peeled, okay? Okay, so weird things in the forest, someone's practicing magic. Okay, so do you know all the people in town? The baker? Oh, I hear she makes the best pies you've ever had. I sure do wonder what they taste like. Why don't you go have one? I don't need that sort of food. Just shadows for me. Okay, well, I'm not sure you're gonna like a sweetened potato pie anyway, so just keep eating shadows. What about the boy? That little whippersnapper. Like most youngsters, he tells all kinds of lies. He always crosses his fingers when he's telling a fib, yes, I've noticed that. You get good at reading body language when you have none. How about the farmer then? That guy sure loves his turnips. Maybe a little too much. Hey, no judgment, before everyone has their passions. We were discussing digging technique when he told me something funny. Says from now on he's only going to grow giant turnips. As big as a house. Haha, good luck I say. Gonna need some rare magic ingredients for that. Okay, did he accidentally grow a giant vine while trying to grow a giant turnip? What about yourself, gravedigger? The name is Zolenwix. I was the shadow guard at the castle up until a couple weeks ago. That's a guard whose sole purpose is to repel shadow creatures. Until I was fired and banned from the castle. Okay, that sounds like someone fired you so that they wouldn't have shadow creature protection at the castle anymore. If you don't need me, I understand, but being banished from the castle seemed unnecessary. Everyone keeps asking if I'm upset about it. But why would I be? Graveyards are a great place for a gargoyle. All this nice carved stone to perch upon. It's always foggy for some reason. I mean, just look at that creepy tree. What's wrong with it? Is it haunted? I don't know. Probably. This place is the best. Okay, he likes it. Yeah, the new king did show up a couple weeks ago, right? Like, it's basically very suspicious that he just shows up, immediately is declared the next ruler, and he gets to do whatever he wants. I mean, I know he's the king, but no one's questioned it enough. You know the guard? Good old Duncan and I were co-workers back when I guarded the castle. He's the most vigilant guard I've ever seen. Well, not anymore. Except during my last few days. I would notice him dozing off, yes. I think it's the wax, right? The wax making him sleepy. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he isn't getting enough sleep? Either way, I'm sure I'm glad he got out of the castle before it crumbled. I mean, other than also that he has to work 24/7 because he's the only guard anymore. What about the Herald? What's she been up to? She's always running around doing this and that. She'll pass through the graveyard now and then on her way to the witch's hut. Okay, there is a witch. Maybe the witch is the real deal, unlike the guy who owns the magic shop. How about the imp? You two friends or no? Wow, that little thing is fast. I saw it zooming all around the sky yesterday. Carrying the two things around and lighting candles. Ooh, we know candles are needed. Well, we know candles are needed either for the ritual summoning circle or they're needed for protection, right? So one of those things. Probably getting ready for the festival. So your opinion on the new king? It's a shame I never had a chance to meet the new king bird. I was always perched outside guarding the castle from shadow creatures. Then I was fired a couple days before the festival. If I was there, the boogaloo would have never touched the castle. Talk about rotten timing, huh? Ah well, no use crying over crumbled castles, I say. At least I was here to protect Knotgud. Yes, I mean, so obviously one reason to fire him would be so that he wouldn't be there to protect the castle, but another reason to fire him would be that the new king could be some sort of shadow creature, so obviously they wanted the shadow-scaring gargoyle out of the way, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to be in the castle. So that's also a possibility. What about the old king? Old King Kurt and I didn't speak much, but I could tell he really liked doing king stuff. Not so much of the ruling for the better of Knotgud kind of king stuff, more the eating pastries and resting on velvet pillows king stuff. Okay, so he wasn't all that interested in the kingdom. Okay, weird theory, everyone was minding their own business and then a series of coincidences happened and the whole kingdom accidentally summoned Boogaloo because it was everyone's collective mistake. Boogaloo has no master and is just doing whatever he wants. Yes, I mean, considering how weird everyone in this town is and kind of absorbed in their own drama, it is a possibility that that's what happened. But we'll see. I'm totally expecting, considering how this game is, that there will be some sort of extremely wacky explanation, right? It's not gonna be just like, haha, there's an evil villain, right? It's gonna be something super weird. For sure. You know the prince? The Prince of Still Bad? Oh, I was so excited to hear a fellow Stillbadian was coming to Knotgud. Too bad it ended up like this. Now I'm sure everyone knows about the prickly past between the two kingdoms. The wars, the assassination attempts, the name-calling. A marriage between two royals would have done wonders for the kingdom's relationship. Shucks, really is too bad, huh? Okay, so yes, there's definitely been bad blood between the kingdoms, so maybe not everyone was happy for the two of them to marry. I mean, clearly the prince wasn't happy because he's in love with someone else. The princess, I might have a heart of stone, but it goes out to her. Her whole kingdom practically fell apart in one night. Talk about a real pain in the Keister. She's been so upset. She won't come out of the royal tomb there. Okay, so she's inside the crypt. The rat peddler? Isn't she something? Not only does she have her rodent business, she does some sewing on the side. What a go-getter. At that rate, she's going here, and those rats will be running Knotgud in no time. Okay, so he admires the rat peddler. And the witch? She's got a shop full of magic books and potions in the woods down the way. Okay, she's probably the woman that's been writing all of those books we've been reading then. She's been making a lot of turnip, a lot of trips to the castle before new King Bird got here. Okay, did she curse him? Was she mad at him? Did he not pay his bills? Okay, so that's everything we can talk about. Leaving already? Yes. But yes, I think therefore we can put in here that the Boglo was summoned. Whoever did it first had to, during a full moon, gather an image of the something and plant a something at the summoning location. So I don't think we truly know what that is, but we can leave the full moon there. And then oh no, wait. Okay, so we have the other monster as well. The UI doesn't actually correctly reflect what we've selected. There is another creature in Knotgud. Someone in town will something into a beast. I assume transform into a beast. During the something, maybe full moon as well, right? Because it was full moon last night, so they may have turned. And is it theirs to silver? Yeah, there we go. After investigating, I've determined the something is a something who remedies the affliction with something. Okay, so we actually have to go and meet some people to figure that part out, but yes, basically werewolves. Okay, before we go to the forest, let's go to the crypt to meet the princess, finally. There we go. Here's the princess. She's not a gargoyle. She's not some other kind of monster. She's just, what looks like a fairly normal princess. I'm under influence of the farmer reading turnips everywhere? Maybe. It's all turnips all the way down. Okay, well, before we talk to her, what else is here? There is something missing on the wall. Something was here. Yes. Okay, we don't know what. Something on the floor? It's a pile of ash. There's some scorched metal plates in it. I can't read what's engraved on them. Okay, so someone like took some like plaque from the wall and then destroyed it, burned it. Can we read this grave? It's a big stone sarcophagus. There's a tiny gap in the lid. Concerning. Under the heart, it says, here lies King Kurt Rumpus, 7th King of Knotgud, brother of King Tilly Rumpus, survived by his daughter Primrose. Thank you, Firefly, for just running into the microphone. What is this behavior? Do you want to say hello? Is that what it is? Or do you just want to cause trouble? What are we doing? Causing trouble? Is that it? Just wanna sit on my lap. Okay. Fine. With a tail in my face. Sure. Just give me a mustache. Yeah, so that was also something, right? Where apparently the kingdom used to have a heart as their emblem, but then the new king was like, no, we're changing it to a diamond because apparently that could have been used to cast a curse or something. Someone probably carved this on the end. And his songbird. Okay, because bird supposedly dead. Do they just keep those lit? Yes, okay, let's talk to the princess then. Excuse me, your highness. This is I, Riki Rocktoe, truthmeister. At your service. Oh, thank heavens you're here. Our kingdom is in peril, Riki. Which I'm sure you're aware of. The keen, deductive reasoning of truthmeister hasn't failed me. Also, the bugler stomping on the castle? You did see that, right? Right, yes. Saw that. Fear not, I'll get to the bottom of this. Except we'll just get to the bottom of it, doesn't mean we're gonna fix it, right? Or the top. Wherever the truth resides. I certainly hope so, Riki. All that would bring me peace is knowing whoever is responsible is brought to justice. Which is why I have an important task for you, Truthmeister. With the castle vault there... Within the castle vault, there was a safe. Yes, we did see it next to the ruin, actually, last time. And within that safe, a crystal ball. If you can acquire that crystal ball, we can use it to peer into the past and see what really happened. I'm afraid not even I know the combination. This was information only for the king or queen. All I know is you need a way to detect magic. I'm not sure why, but I recall my father saying it. Okay. I think it said that some creatures can detect magic and they can see the magic colors, but I'm not sure our rat can do it. Which, by the way, I should remember to check her pockets with the rat and maybe the gargoyle with the rat as well, so you can see what they're hiding. So where were you when this all happened? Would you please describe what happened last night, Your Highness? The day began like a fairy tale. There was to be a festival in my honor, followed by my marriage to the Prince of Stillbat that night. I had dreamed of becoming the Queen of Stillbats since I was a child. A vampire queen who don't take nothing from no one. The time had finally come. I was to marry my prince. The festival was magnificent. So much laughing and joy. Night fell and I was escorted to the castle to prepare for the wedding ceremony. I awaited my gallant prince at the wedding arch. But my prince never arrived. No, he was meeting his lover in the turnip field. He left me there to look like a fool. That's not very gallant at all. Exactly right, Riki. Not gallant at all. I ran outside. I was distraught. I needed to be alone. That's when I saw that monstrosity in the distance. It was upon the castle in a blink of an eye. I barely managed to escape the falling castle walls. The monster seemed fixated on the castle, so I ran to town and here I've remained. Being here at my father's side brings me a small comfort. I only wish I had his wisdom in such terrible time. I miss him so much. When I was little, my mom used to sing a song. A little bitty beetle climbs a cherry tree. A cherry is more than a bitty beetle needs. But it's not a greedy beetle when you look and see. A beady beetle brings a cherry to its family. What a sweet song, Riki. I haven't heard it before. I learned it from her. She used to sing it all the time. Oh, did mom die? I know. No, she wrote him a letter, right? So it's just that he's away now. Now I too. You can too. You're right. Thank you, Riki. Okay, well, we've taught her a song. Yes, he stood her up. He did. And yes, it's the fact that she actually wanted to be a vampire princess, which, by the way, does a vampire wedding involve, like, the vampire biting you so that you can be turned into a vampire? Got any gauze, princess? Riki, you may have heard of Knotgud's struggles with Stillbad. Yesterday was meant to be an end to decades of rivalry. You must understand there are many from both kingdoms who oppose the very thought. There are some who would do anything to prevent it. Now I'm next in line to claim the throne. A throne buried in rubble from a climb born of despair and tragedy. I should be on my honeymoon in the Elf Kingdom. Better Tunye right now. I was meant to be queen of Stillbad, not good. Okay, she's a bit mad about that. She was hoping, yes, to be the vampire queen rather than be stuck in Knotgud as the queen with no husband. So, who do you know in this town? The baker? I believe she makes pastries at the tavern. Or something like that. Okay, she doesn't much like the baker. My father had a sweet tooth. A quality I did not inherit. He loved his slice of pie with a cheese wedge. He ate it nearly every day. Okay, so he liked the pie, she doesn't care for the pie. Do you know the little liar boy? He seems like a nice boy. I saw him in the castle recently. I'm not sure why he was there. Oh yeah, because he broke into the vault, right? I assume he came with our guard, Duncan. I believe they're related. Yes, they are. They're brothers. What about the turnip farmer? He came to my father demanding we outlaw potatoes. I can't imagine why. Aside from that, I know little about him. Yes, he saw potatoes as a competition to his beloved turnips and he wanted them gone. The gravedigger? I'll never understand why my brother felt it necessary to remove him from the castle. Well, definitely suspicious. Your brother was probably doing, you know, brother, assuming he's your brother, doing some shadow magic. Yet, it was fortunate that he was here to protect the town. Though, I fear what might happen if he doesn't remain here in Knotgud. So I've asked him to stay right where he is for now. So what about the guard? Our loyal guard, Duncan. I do hope he's alright. I heard he was nearly crushed in the castle rubble. Okay, so she's just worried about him, nothing specific. So the herald that's in love with you. What's your opinion about her? Harold helps me with things here and there in addition to her heralding duties. She's a good friend of mine. A best friend? A good friend. Okay, so yes. While she admits that, like, they hang out and might be friends, she doesn't see the relationship as strongly as Harold the Herald describes it. And clearly the love potion is not working at all, just another scam from the magic shop. The imp, that dastardly creature, ruined the royal tomb with its fire. Just look at what they've done. My family's history is scorched. I knew we shouldn't have let the wizard keep a summoned imp. I'll see that it's dealt with after this boogaloo. Okay, so she claims that there is a wizard. The wizard is not just made up by the imp. Any thoughts on the new king? Yes, my brother, Bert. He became king recently when father passed. We had wondered if he would return for the throne. He was always unpredictable, you see. I had begun to question if he even wanted to be king. But my father insisted he would return to rule Knotgud. And he did. He wanted to leave his mark by changing the royal emblem into a diamond. I choose to continue wearing the heart emblem of our father. So, the old king then? The child has gotten into the vault, so the crystal ball might have been broken or stolen. I mean, we saw the safe, right? The safe is just on the ground, but it's still locked, so the potential is that the crystal ball is still inside. But we will have to figure out how to get the combination. So your father, the old king. My father was a noble king. He ruled Knotgud for many years. I wish he could have been here for my wedding day. But no, I'm at least glad he was spared this travesty. What are your thoughts on the prince, then? I understand he's hiding somewhere. He won't even face me. I just want to know why. Why would he abandon me like that? Where did he go? Did he know something I didn't? No, he's just in love with someone else, I'm sorry to tell you. So tell me about yourself. I'm Princess Primrose, the eldest, second eldest child of King Kurt. Okay, so she knows something's up. She misspoke here that she's the eldest child, and then she's like, no, wait, I have a brother. Let's remember that. So she's in on it, and it's probably because she doesn't want to be queen of this place, so she was like happy that someone else would be king and she could go be vampire queen. It was my life's purpose to marry a prince and become a queen, but instead I'm left with this rubble and ruin. Yeah, she's not happy. Do you know the rat peddler? I'm not sure what you're asking me. What exactly? She's a rat peddler. Rat peddler. She sells rats. They sell rats. And you support this? You bet I do. Those rats are great. The situation here is far worse than I thought. Okay, she's not happy. Yeah, odds are good she did the summoning because she didn't want to kill the new king, right? Because she wanted him to stay so that she could be off. Live her vampire fantasy life. Do you know the witch? She had a meeting with my father in his final days. About turning him into his younger self. Yeah, that's what they've been meeting about. Her potions were meant to aid him. Yet he passed soon after she administered those concoctions of hers. Perhaps it's just my grief, but I cannot help but feel none of this would have happened without her meddling. They passed or turned into his younger self. I'm still on that. What about the wizard? Riki, if you come across him, be very careful. Why? Is he dangerous? Truthfully, I don't know. But when my brother denied him the position of court wizard, he went into a fit of rage. He had to be removed from the castle. He was declared the most magical in Knotgud last night. I shared a piece of pie with him, as was the reward for such a feat. It was clear he never forgave Bird for being rejected. Okay, so that was to do with the mask thing, right? Where they would go into that tent, there was a device that would measure them, and then based on how they were measured, they would get a mask, and then someone was going to get a prize, which I assume was the pie with the princess. But we know that the measuring thing was rigged, right? It was rigged because we saw that with a rat, so it was all like, it was cheated, which means that would say the wizard is probably not the most magical. He just orchestrated the whole situation. Okay, so that's all to talk to her about right now. Good luck to you, Riki. Anything in your pockets? Okay, she's got plenty money. That's a lot of currency. And then she got 2 stamps, one with a diamond, one with a heart. There's a stamp with a diamond on it. And there's a stamp with heart on it. Okay, we don't know what would she use those stamps for, but keep that in mind. Shadow creature made from her father's corpse. Okay. I guess... Oh wait, they said there was a hole in the coffin, so can the rat go in the coffin? Ooh, there is no corpse. There is no corpse in this coffin, but there is a dagger. It's a bloody dagger. Its blade is made of silver, but it's also glowing. Okay, can we take it? Because there are werewolves in the forest, right? We need some silver to save us. You think the princess is a lycanthrope, not a werewolf, some other kind? Oh, because yes, their hair do look like she's got ears and it moves in ways. Okay, so we can't take the silver dagger to protect ourselves? Okay, well, I guess one thing out of that is that yes, there is no corpse of the old king, which means he possibly didn't die. Or someone took the corpse, right? Because we saw like an arm, just bones, out on the path to the farm. So that might be his arm, assuming he died. Okay, can we go to the forest then? Actually, let's check our scroll because we have... Yes, Zolan the Gravedigger has been added. So it's the Gravedigger Zolan is from somewhere and was working at the something and recently... Okay, so he's from Stillbad, right? He said he was from Stillbad and was working at the castle until recently, since he is a gargoyle. He eats and repels shadow creatures. Yes. I don't think we need to defend ourselves. Flirting with a werewolf would be enough. Okay. Crystal got very specific ways she wants this to go. And Primrose the princess. Primrose the princess of Knotgud. She has been mourning at the tomb of the old king in the graveyard since the disaster. Riki, you've done it again. Yes, we've done it again. Okay, so that's the characters updated. There's a safe in the castle rubble that might hold some valuable information. The code to the safe is okay. Well, we don't know. And yes, we need to go investigate in the forest to figure out what creature is it that we're dealing with and possibly flirting with. Oh, hello. Okay, so you can't see this. You will in a second. Let's just move me here for a little bit. But there is like a weird horse head here beyond the trees. It's a plush dragon mask. This one looks handmade. Okay, why is it here? Why did someone put that there? Then a piece of paper. I don't care if there's a cat. Figure it out. Need I remind you who you work for? You have that turnip touting oath under your thumb. Use him if you must. We need that dust or our summoner will remember everything. Replace what you take to cover your tracks. Just find something that looks like it. Prepare the candles and make sure they're the right color. I've marked locations on the town map. Erase them before morning. There is no time to waste. Okay, well, that's a very suspicious letter. If I have to say, there is a blue burned out candle here in the tree. It looks like a blue candle was here. Yes, it does look like it. Then there is the witch's house, I assume. Someone broke the window. I wonder where that pipe goes. Okay, there's like a pipe. So what about the house? I've never seen a witch hut in a tree before. Or anywhere, actually. So what about the broken window? That window is broken. But it's so high up. Well, someone could have thrown a rock. Okay, anything else? Riki Rocktoe, we must speak first. Okay, so we can't go into her house until we speak, and she already knows our name. She knows of us. Hello up there, miss. My name is Riki Rocktoe, truthmeister. It seems my reputation precedes me. No. I have my own ways of knowing. She's Olga the witch. I'm Olga. Oh, she's got a little cute spirit. The witch of these woods. Can you read minds? No, you just speak very loudly. And yes, you may ask me your questions. Alright, thanks. In exchange for answering your questions, I have a request, little Newt. A Newt? Are we a Newt, or is she just calling us that like a little cutesy name? Little Newt. My house was broken into yesterday, and now my cat, Pumpernickel, is missing. I've cast a spell upon these woods to prevent anything from leaving, so Pumpernickel can't get far. I will not lift it until Pumpernickel has returned. Okay, so we are not allowed to leave now. We're trapped in the forest because her cat is somewhere here. Of course, I would never leave a cat unfound. Thank you, little Newt. Okay, so we can question her. But yes, I guess that letter was to do with the fact that they were trying to steal from her house. And they possibly used the rats then, right? They wanted to use the rats to steal from the house, but because there was a cat, they wouldn't be able to, so they had to get the cat out of the way, so then the rats could steal, so... Well, we know there were two people that were using the rats for nefarious purposes, which was Little Ludwig and the farmer, so they're suspicious. Anyway, what do you know about the disaster? After I returned home from the promenade, I found my house ransacked. Did they take anything? My cat, Pumpernickel, is missing. I haven't looked through the mess closely. I spent the rest of the day looking for Pumpernickel. That night, while searching, I was flying high above Knotgud. I noticed a commotion in the fields outside of town. I flew over to observe. I could see a number of masked figures gathered in the field. It was clear something went wrong. There was much shouting and running about. As I go nearer, a boogaloo burst forth from the turnip field right below me. Okay. Further confirmation that it was summoned in the field. I mean, we knew that already, but... Truly, it happened there. Is the farmer involved? Possibly. Surely he protects his turnips, so he should know if there are rituals happening in his field, right? That's when I fled. Something went wrong. What happened? It's uncertain, but they seemed in disarray, not to mention those giant vines. Have you seen those? Growing giant vines isn't part of any ritual I'm aware of. Anyway, while I was above the clouds, I spotted the castle of Cloud Kingdom. It's not unheard of as it does drift through the sky. Okay, the Cloud Kingdom, it moves with the clouds. Perhaps they were here for the wedding, or perhaps they were here to do evil things because that queen of the Cloud Kingdom, she was suspicious. Got any goss? You may have heard tittle-tattle that a colony of pixies lives beneath my home. Yes, Queen Aurora is from the Cloud Kingdom. So, she's a sassy girl. As a truthmeister, I'm not susceptible to tittle-tattle. And this is no tittle-tattle. It's true, they do live down there. I dump all my old potions down into their colony for them in exchange for pixie dust. They'll drink any magic potion they can. I think they even swim in it. But potions don't work on them? Because they're pixies or something, right? No, they work just fine. Better even. They're just kind of freaky like that. Oh yeah, they're just like all day. Yeah, magic potions. Give me more. I must bathe in your magic potions. Okay, so who do you know in town and are they suspicious? Baker? The maker of pies, Callie. Long ago, she was an outlaw who fought against old King Kurt. They butted heads for many years. Eventually, her and old King Kurt came to a truce. She landed at Flying Ship in Knotgud and opened the Sitting Star Tavern. Okay, so they were like old enemies, but then for some reason she was like, oh, well, whatever, I'll come serve you pie. The little boy? The youngest Armstrong boy, yes. A sneaky child. I caught him prowling around the castle some time ago. That's no place for a little boy. But one does wonder how he gets in. Why were you in the castle? Business. My business, that is to say. Not yours. Okay, well, be like this. We're gonna find out anyway. Do you know the farmer? He came to me one day demanding I create a potato blight. I said no, of course, and suggested he focus on enhancing his precious turnips instead. That seemed to have sparked his imagination because he ran off giggling. I'd normally be pleased to inspire someone, but this time I'm not so sure. Yes, he's so obsessed he might be dangerous. The gravedigger? A gargoyle from Stillbad. Interesting. Had he not been in town of Knotgud, I shudder to think what would have happened. Any shadow creature, even a boogaloo, would never approach a gargoyle, you see, little newt. What about the guard? The king's guard. Now, just a guard, I suppose. He also looks after his younger brother, little Ludwig. He's clearly overworked. I offered him a coffee bean potion to help him through the day, but he insists all he needs is that detestable wonder wax he gets from Wilton's shop. Yes, and that's not helping him at all. What about the herald? She comes here from time to time to pick up an odd potion or book. She speaks of all manner of tittle-tattle. I only listen, never reply. Yet she continues to speak. Okay, so you're not one for her brand of gossip. So I assume you have opinions about the imp. Most of the town is wary of an imp. But as a witch, I love that sort of thing. They're really quite useful. You simply need to keep them under control. This one, however, is far from under control. It doesn't appear to listen to that wizard at all. Okay, so yeah, the wizard is just not a good wizard, and that's why probably he can't keep the imp under control. Anything about the new king? I care little for trivialities such as royal succession, though I can say new King Kurt does come before Princess Primrose in order of heirs. Okay, so that's all you say. What about the old king? Old King Kurt was a client of mine, as many in Knotgud are. Oh, of course I hear how they whisper of the witch and her potions. It is my trade, and I can offer my service to all. As a professional, I do not share my clients' orders under any circumstance. Okay, so we don't get to know who she was supplying with who. Coffee bean potion, that's just plain coffee. Yeah, it is. But, you know, works like magic, unlike the wonder wax, which just makes it worse. Or does nothing. Any opinions about the prince? The Prince of Stillbad. Descendant of the ancient vampire bloodline, granting him heightened senses, strength, and the insatiable thirst for blood. And inhuman levels of melancholy. Is having a vampire around dangerous? Of course not, Riki. Don't be foolish. Unless the vampire wants to cause harm, then yes, they are. Extremely dangerous. So, you better stay on their good side, I guess. The princess spent much of her childhood studying in Heartwood. I know because I taught magic there many years ago. She was a very promising student of mine. Quite talented indeed. Okay, so the princess is skilled in the ways of magic. That's important information to know. And I mean, I think little Ludwig did say that he saw the princess doing magic, so that all seems to add up. Do you know the rat peddler? The growing popularity of all-purpose rats is concerning. Some people will forget how to perform basic tasks for themselves. Further, what's to stop them from using rats for illegal activity? Well, clearly nothing, because it's already happening. And I think that's who robbed your house, the rats. So tell me about yourself. Yes, I'm a witch. Despite what you may have heard, witches don't cook and eat children. Anymore. At least, not very often. Personally, I don't at all. Truly. I don't take responsibility for every witch, alright? Okay, she seems to be very sore about that topic. So, the wizard, huh? That so-called wizard and his shop of so-called magical items. Can you believe they declared him the most magic in town during the masking ceremony? Awarded him the mystical dragon mask and everything? And now it's in this forest. How did it get here? I'm above such frivolities. But I wanted that hat. I've never even seen him cast a spell. Yes, rats are basically the AI in this world of like, yeah, people don't just do anything. They just have AI to write their homework for them and do whatever. Okay, that's everything. Farewell, the newt. Well, until we find her cat, because yeah, I think we're... Oh no, we're not trapped in the forest, okay, I thought we couldn't live. Well, little preview of the new next screen, but I assume we still maybe want to do something here, like go into her house. Okay, so she does have things in here. She's got that pipe, I guess that goes to the pixies, that's where she disposes of the magical potion into the pixies. She's got the box for her cat. Oh, I need to check her pockets. She's got a piece of paper. It's blank. Or is it? Because I literally just saw invisible ink in that house of hers. So it's probably not blank. Can we put a rat in the pipe? No, we can't. Okay, we don't get to take a look at that. Well. Let's see what there is. So, the pipe. I wonder what the witch uses this pipe for. Well, I mean, we know, right? It's for the magic. It's the kitty's bathroom. Sniff. Yeah, it smells familiar. I mean, yeah, don't smell it. There's some glass on the floor. A bunch of flat pieces of broken glass fell from above. Yes, that's from the window. She should really get a candle holder. But now it's making a nice wax effect on her desk. Yes, there is invisible ink in here. Invisible ink. It looks like this bottle is empty. Yes, so probably that thing in her pocket is invisible ink, but we need to figure out yet another way. A game wants us to be able to see invisible ink. Do we stick a candle in her pocket? Do we stick lemons in her pocket? We'll see. The noble three-tailed weasel. Okay, that looks like the thing from the Ice Age movies. Some eyeballs. Who needs that many eyeballs? Well, she does, clearly. She's the witch. These jars are filled with all kinds of goo. Lemons is a good bet. I mean, again, it's like lemons are supposed to be the invisible ink, right? And then you heat them up and then you can see. But, you know, last game made us read a book to figure that out. I wonder if that's a real skeleton. I have a feeling it is. What's with Knotgud and skeletons? Yes, right, but games, yeah, you never know which way they're gonna put it. We have goblin juice. Is it for goblins or from goblins? Troll jam and pixie dust. The sign says this vial is full of pixie dust. If it wasn't labeled, I would think it's sugar. I mean, considering the note we found outside, it might be sugar, right? They stole the pixie dust and they replaced it with sugar. And troll jam. Maybe it's just jam made by trolls. Yes. Is it for trolls, made by trolls, or made out of trolls? Could be anything. Okay, we've got some books. These are all the books on different types of magic. There's some sort of checkout note. If pixie dust looks like sugar, what do they put in those sweetened potato pies? Maybe that's why everyone loves those sweetened potato pies so much, right? It's not just sugar they're putting in there. You must return any rented book before renting another. Okay, so this is the magic library. Okay, so Harold rented a creature book that they returned damaged. Himmelsticks rented a book on magic that's not returned because I think that's the book we saw in the shop, right? We've read it there. The turnip guy rented and returned a book on curses. Ludwig then got the creature book. And Callie then got the book on curses, and that's where we found it, right? We found it in the room with the vampire prince, but obviously he doesn't live there. He's just hiding out there. So Callie the baker actually rented the curse book. She might be cursing people. She might just be trying to protect herself because she knows that the turnip guy is out to get her, right? He rents the curses book because he wants to get rid of potato pies in order to get turnips going. And therefore she's concerned about him. They look more like carrots than turnips. I mean, sure, they do. But I don't think they also have a crazy carrot farmer in this town, so I'm just assuming they're the turnips. He can't even draw a turnip, what a disrespect. Some kind of special witch plant, no doubt. Yes, they look like magic chili peppers. And a big bird. It's a stuffed bird. It looks so lifelike. Okay, some sort of mortar and pestle situation. It's a mortar and pestle for mixing magic things. Yeah, piece of paper. It's blank. Or is it? Okay, magical beings and you. Can't be sure that there isn't a crazy carrot farmer. Okay, yes, you're right. I shouldn't assume. There might have crazy farmers all over this place. Welcome to Madame Oxbro's Magical Beings video. Okay, I guess this witch doesn't. She's not the one writing those books. Yeah, the Cyclops skeleton, pretty good. Wow, so many chapters. Okay, well, the Boogaloo is what we care about. Among the most feared of shadow creatures, the dreaded Boogaloo is massive and malicious. Make no mistake, they aren't misunderstood. They are just plain evil, thriving on death and distractions. Okay, so when I initially said, oh, maybe they just misunderstood and he just wants a hug. No. Thankfully, they can only be brought into our world with a complicated ritual that only a powerful magic wielder can perform. Their summoning requirements are similar to most shadow creatures and will take priority over any other due to its power, with a few important changes. I've decided to share this despite it being forbidden knowledge. Because knowledge is magic, and magic is power. The first notable difference is the presence of the full moon during the ritual. They have a lot of issues where they do double D before words. Next is the use of a silver dagger instead of a standard magic dagger to be used on a willing sacrifice. This could be anti-Boogaloo propaganda. Sure. Okay, so someone had to be sacrificed with a silver dagger, and that's where there was a bloodied silver dagger in the tomb. The skeletal remains of the sacrifice must remain intact to keep the Boogaloo bound to the will of the summoner. Well, we know that there are some non-intact skeletal remains, so that might be a problem. The summoning circle must be arranged in a shape that represents the summoner. Okay, so that's gonna be the diamond versus heart situation. It will also dictate the area the boogaloo is able to roam and must encompass the victim. One or more magic beans and fully intact image of the victim must be gathered at a single location where the sacrifice is made, all within the summoning circle. Okay, so now it's telling us about the image part of the summoning. Like all shadow creatures, the ritual must resolve within 7 bell tolls. Keep these signs in mind so that you might recognize a potentially disastrous boogaloo summoning before it starts. Okay, yeah, so that aligns with the whole 7 bell tolls, but did the canon mess with that? It explains why the princess is at her father's grave? I mean, depends whether she was involved or not, right? She may not know. I'm like, do we need to read all of this right now? We can read about the werewolves because we know that there might be one. Werewolves. Werewolfism, also known as werewolfitis, is a curse contracted from the bite or a nibble of a werewolf, thus turning their victim into a werewolf as well. The condition will cause a heightened sense of smell, fast-growing sharp fingernails and teeth, and most importantly, cause the afflicted to transform into a beastly wolf-like creature during full moons. Like vampirism, werewolfism has once seen only as an affliction. Yes, he's cute. Totally romanceable. Though in recent years, the condition, while controversial, is being seen in a new light. Turns out, running around the woods, pantsless, and climbing trees isn't so bad. Werewolves in human form can't be difficult to detect. Aside from sharp fingernails and teeth, the taxing transformation and being out all night having a good time will leave them weak and tired the following days. You may spot the signs of a werewolf in your midst by the large scratches left in wood, which they use to sharpen their claws, as well as the shedding of fur, which will retain their natural hair color. There is no known cure for werewolfism, however, there are ways to manage it. Pixie dust applied before the full moon rises will not prevent a transformation, but will keep the werewolf asleep until morning. Silver is not recommended, as it might prevent the transformation, but can be harmful to the person as well. Okay, so are we saying the guard is a werewolf? Because he's all tired and sleepy all the time? So it's not just the 24-hour shifts, it's the fact that he's a werewolf out all night, doing his werewolf business? Well, well, well. Well, we can learn lots about the other creatures, but I just want to see what that lets us fill in for now. So we have the summoning of the boogaloo. Gather an image. So we already did the full moon. Gather an image of the victim then. And plant the vines at the summoning location. Or the beans. Was it the beans? Something about beans. Let me reread that. Yes, forbidden knowledge. Full moon, yep. Silver dagger. So standard, yes, willing sacrifice. Skeletal remains must remain intact. Shape that represents the summoner. One or more magic beans. Okay. And then the image and 7 bell tolls. Werewolves are a type of big cat because they scratch and leave fur everywhere. Okay, magic beans. There we go. Create a summoning something with something. Yes, create a summoning... space? With blue candles? No, that's wrong. Because like we know that you would have used the diamond to target this royal family, but that's not the general like thing they need to use. Yeah, I mean circle was what I was thinking, but I don't see a pink word for circle. Oh, barrier? Yes, it's barrier. Next, a person with extraordinary magic talent must something the body and soul of a willing something using a something made of... Okay, so they must sacrifice the body and soul of a willing victim using a dagger made of silver. Something isn't right. Next, a person with extraordinary magic talent must... sacrifice the body and soul of a willing... Unless it's something like of a willing sacrifice. So they must, what, offer or something like that. Gave ingredients, melted, missing night, oppose, perish, resolve, reserve, ritual, sacrifice. Sever, sleep. Must watch. What must they do? I guess, I mean, I can always just look in the book to see what specific words they were using. Yep, magic is power. Full moon. Use silver dagger instead of magic dagger. To be used on a willing sacrifice. So yeah, they specifically say willing sacrifice, not a willing victim. The skeletal remains of the sacrifice must remain intact to keep the book bound to will of the summoner. Summoning circle must be arranged. Yeah. That's just the area. Encompass the victim. Now, the victim, therefore, would be whoever they're summoning the boogaloo to kill, right? So it's not the sacrifice. One or more magic beans. Yes. Image of the victim. Where the sacrifice is made. And yeah, within the 7 belt holds. Okay. Yeah, so must something the body and soul of willing sacrifice. Like, is there... Yes, to figure out who did it, we need to go back to the map at the beginning by the location of blue candles, use with the ritual, and find the symbol. Well, I mean, I assume the symbol is going to be whatever, the diamond or the heart, but yes, we need to figure out who will fit in that symbol, right? Like who the summoner maybe, or... So the symbol is supposed to represent the summoner, actually, not the victim. So, yeah, okay, yes, you're right. The symbol will tell us something about the summoner. I assume it doesn't say sacrifice the body and soul or a willing sacrifice, because that would be silly. But other than that, I'm not sure which word is it supposed to be then. Because yeah, it would have to be like, sacrifice the body and soul of a willing sacrifice. That's a silly sentence, exactly, that doesn't work. What word am I not seeing? Must something. Not they. Destroyed. False fears. Gave. Ingredients. Melted. Missing. Night. Opposite. Perish. Resolve. Reverse. Ritual. Sacrifice. Secret. Sever. Sleep. Stall. Summon. Swap. Transform. Trick through uncertain victim window. None of the words really make sense to me for this. Yeah, that's what I had. So I had to sacrifice the body and soul of a willing victim. That's what I tried the first time. And he said, no, that's not right. And in the book, they specifically talk about a willing sacrifice. That's what I put that in there. But then what? Sever? As in, you know, use that, like, rip their body and soul apart from each other by killing them? Okay. That's the word. The ritual must... Oh, this is occur, like, within the 7 bell tolls. So... The ritual must resolve within 7... bell tolls. There we go. We've done the whole summoning ritual. That's everything a boogaloo needs to be summoned. Now to piece together the events of the ritual. Okay, so next we have the ritual. A group of road mask figures in something attire met in the turnip field. I think that we know at least that was the truth, right? It was in the field. Under the full moon. They had gathered. Something needed to perform a ritual. Or the summoning. They've gathered the ingredients needed to perform a ritual. But a group of road mask figures in something attire. I don't yet know what the attire is supposed to be. So I assume we may learn more. Other than that, we have the burglary. The witch hut has been broken into and her cat is missing. That is true. It has been in the something since last something. Okay, so we have to figure out where the cat is. Okay, mask or cultist? Of robed masked figures in mask? That would be weird, I think. Well, let me get a group of road masked figures in something attire. This is all the people. Skeleton Witch Wizard. Black Shop Bell Tower Castle Key. Festival attire. Yeah, okay. Festival makes sense. Something were arranged around something to create a something. Okay, so it's the blue candles were arranged around Knotgud to create... Okay, we have to figure out... we have to figure out the shape then. So we will have to go back to that map and see what the shape was. Okay, yeah, we have to fill in the witches thing. This is Olga, the witch. She is known to be adept at magic, I presume. She creates potions for the townsfolk and allows them to rent her books. There we go. Another one down, yes. Okay, we gotta find her cat somewhere. Whatever the cat's finding in order to advance some things further. Olga has interesting taste in decorations. Okay. I assume we can't go under the tree. Yeah, I wonder where that pipe goes. Can the rat see where the pipe goes? No, it cannot. Okay, can we go? I assume... Okay, that just leaves the woods from this side. Is the cat just somewhere here? Inside of this horse magic dragon head? Yeah, it's just a mask. And we can't use the rat to see in it as well. Okay, well, we can just move on to the next location, see who we meet. There's a spooky girl with a sheep and a little acorn house and some torn up farm in the background. Is there anything to actually inspect in this scene? Doesn't seem to, so we can just speak to the girl. May. My name is May. Pleased to meet you. Pipe is open in tree. Yes, it is inside of the house. And from what she said, I assume this is where she puts the magic potion leftovers to feed the pixies, from what she said. But I tried to look in it and I tried to see if the rat would go in it, but it wouldn't let me do anything, so it didn't seem like there was anything to do with it now. That's what I'm supposed to say when I meet someone. I'm not supposed to say that I'm supposed to say that. Pleased to meet you too, May. My name is Riki Rocktoe. I'm a truthmeister and I'm here to find out what happened last night. Sniff, sniff. You smell like ham soup. Is that a good thing? Oh yes, everyone loves ham soup. Riki too. Aunt Myrtle, 0. I'm surprised you could smell that. I ate ham soup a few days ago. I have a very good sense of smell for a little girl. Papa says I get it from my mom. Is it because you're werewolves? Is that what that's all about? So, did you see what happened last night? Did you see anything strange last night, May? No, I just went to the festival with Papa. It was so much fun. But we had to go home before it got dark. Papa says it's very important I go to bed early, so I'll grow up to be big and strong. Or so you don't turn into a werewolf and attack everyone? So I took my medicine, but it tasted sweet this time, like candy. Oh, she was given sugar instead of pixie dust, so it didn't stop her from transforming into the werewolf. But Papa got really worried. He took a jar of magic beans and left. Where did your Papa go? I'm not sure. I don't remember much after that. Did the boogaloo wake you up at all? No, I can sleep through anything. But I did wake up in the woods because I sleepwalk. Okay, well, she is totally the werewolf. She has a red hood. She's the little red riding werewolf. Got any gossip, child? I have a secret, Riki. Ludwig and I did a secret quest. But I'm not supposed to tell anyone about it. But I already told you. I can't tell you anymore. Just that we saved the princess from an impitator? But that's all I can say. Saved from an impitator. That's a good thing. Why do you need to keep it a secret? Because he made us promise not to tell. He said Lord Wiggle Britches would be very sad if we did. And we can't share the password with anyone either. The password? The password for what? To get into the castle from the secret entrance. That's what I'm not supposed to tell you. And Ludwig lost the password instructions, but it's okay. I helped him write new ones. Okay, and where did you put them? Because I need to know. So yeah, tell me about Ludwig then. That's my best friend. His favorite color is green, so I always let him have green stuff we find. We find a lot of green stuff in the cave. The guard says we're not supposed to go down there. But we go down there all the time. Papa says it's okay because the pixies will look after me. Okay, so she's okay to go to the cave, but he's not. Do you know the baker? I saw her reading a book and asked her what it was about. She said it was a cookbook. But it said curses on the cover. She doesn't know I have literacy. Is that what cooking is? Putting curses on food to make them taste better? Normally it's putting food in fire. Or cutting it or smashing it. That makes it taste better. That's the same thing, Riki. Okay. You think the crystal ball is gone? Well, we will find out when we figure out how to get into the safe. Do you know the crazy farmer? He's been asking Papa for magic beans, but Papa won't sell them. He says they're too dangerous. But yesterday Papa traded him some for his barn. Okay, so they finally managed to convince whoever had the magic beans to give it to them. So the farmer, definitely involved. Maybe because they were like, oh yes, unless you sell us some magic beans, you won't have any pixie dust for your daughter, so, you know, you better. You love that literacy is a curse? Yes, you don't learn to read and write, you just catch a curse somehow. So much quicker and easier. I know, right? But they were like, no, that's an outbreak, we must stop it. I'm not supposed to tell you that. I don't know why Papa wanted it all of a sudden. It's still filled with stinky old turnips. Well, maybe he didn't just want the barn itself. Maybe he wanted the stolen pixie dust. So what about you? My name is May. My favorite color is blue. And that's it, okay. That's the important things that kid wants to tell you, right? What's their favorite color? Not like, are you a werewolf or anything like that. Do you know the gravedigger gargoyle? I talked to him in the graveyard. He can't leave, so I get to tell him all my stories. I don't make them all up, some of them really happened. Ludwig says he comes alive and walks around at night. I want to see, but I never get to stay up that late. Well, you do, but not in the way you think. What about the guard? He started to smell like a stinky cat. Yuck. He says he's watching to make sure Ludwig and I stay out of trouble. But we just wait until he puts his stinky wax and falls asleep. Okay, so if she's the werewolf, maybe the guard is not the werewolf then. What about the herald? I saw her at the witch hut once. What about the herald? Did I just say werewolf? Probably did. She was getting something special. She said it wasn't for her though. Okay. Oh, because she was getting the love potion? But then it didn't seem to work on the princess. The imp? Fiddlesticks was flying all over last night. It flew by me and I could smell sugar. I wonder why it had sugar. Everyone says Fiddlesticks is even worse than me and Ludwig. Yay! Yes, that's something to celebrate, not being the biggest menace in town, just the second biggest menace in town. Anything about the new king? I can't say anything about him. It's a secret. But I heard he's a bad guy, Riki. And he wanted to hurt the princess. Did he want to hurt? Why did he want to hurt the princess? Because he's not who he says he is. Yeah, suspicious. What about the old king? Lots of weird stuff started happening after old King Kurt died. Papa said not to worry about it. Okay. The prince, have you met him? He's scary. He has big hair. I got his autograph. I love him. Okay, she's into it. And the princess? I never ever see her. I heard she grew up in Heartwood. And in Knotgud, she stayed in the castle all the time. She smells like roses, but also something else, like Olga the witch. Yeah, because she's being sprayed with the magic potion. If I was a princess, I'd do anything I wanted. Like, run around in the caves and catch buggy walks in the swamp. Do you know the rat peddler? Papa says I can't get an all-purpose rat until I'm at least 15. But Ludwig says he's getting one. I need one too. What if there's an emergency and I don't have a rat? Okay, it's like kids with phones. Oh, yeah. I need a smartphone because what if I need one, right? We must all have smartphones all the time because they're so important for our lives. And I say this as someone who has a smartphone and uses it all the time. I am not immune to doom scrolling. And they can help me sew another plushie, like they helped Rita sew the dragon mask. I want to make a slimy next. Apparently we can ask her about the skeleton. She can perceive magic even if she can't see it, she can smell it. I mean, she can just smell anything, right? She's a werewolf, so she has heightened sense of smell. We can talk about the skeleton. I saw it standing around up in the beanstalk. I tried to talk to it, and it threw mud at me. Okay, interesting. The witch? She has a really pretty cat. I want to pet it, but it always runs away from me. I mean, cats probably not friendly with werewolves. It's not fair. Why is it afraid of me? And the wizard? His whole shop smells like smelly cats. I never go in there anyway. Papa says, Vixa, everything here is magical. Okay. Interesting. Goodbye. So, we can probably fill in hair scroll. May the daughter of the someone and the someone. Okay, we don't know her parents, presumably. She lives in the something, in the forest, maybe? We don't have a forest. In a giant acorn. She's best friends with the boy. We know that. Yeah, I don't have anything good. Like, is this the turnip field? I assume no. Oh, woods. There we go. She lives in the woods in a giant acorn. She's best friends with the boy. Okay, so we need to meet her parents in order to fill this in fully. Okay, we get a secret quest. So the girl and the boy claim to have accomplished a secret quest. The something, the vault key with rented something from the something while he was deep in something. Okay, they stole something. The boy, right? Because he has the key. He has a fancy key in his pocket. So the boy stole the vault key with rented all-purpose rats. Because we also know that he used the rats for illegal activities. From the guard while he was deep in sleep. Yeah. He entered the something from the something, guarded by this and that. He took something from the safe, then fed it to the something else. Okay, well, it's not something we really know about yet. So, I guess we will have to gather this information. Okay, can we say that the girl is a werewolf and remedies the affliction with pixie dust? Yes? I can't believe that little May is the monster. Better let the hero know. The hero? Are we saying... What, the gravedigger? Or is there a hero that we're actually supposed to meet? Because right now we don't have a hero as a character. I guess we've done it ahead of schedule, so we don't know yet that person. Okay, well, we can go into the acorn. Hello? Are you the dad? And you have a bear trap on your knee? Okay. Is this the golden goose? Look at this friendly goose. I like to get to know them. Are geese ever friendly? They're gonna get ya. Okay. He's got a mirror talking to one of the fish people. Bloop. Huh? Is someone in there? Values, leave it alone. It's just the goose again. Okay, so he's got a mirror where he can talk to the various other rulers of the kingdoms. And here we have someone who wishes that they were Lincolnsburg. Yes, he's just dressing up as a werewolf. Maybe he's doing it so he can pretend to be a werewolf to cover up for his daughter, because he's worried that if people find out, obviously they're gonna be like, kill her. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, so that's the king of the ocean, right? Ooh, let me see. It's a truthmeister. He's still alive? You sound surprised. Have you found the prince? Your royalnesses, I didn't expect to see you here. Atticus is waiting at the Sitting Star Tavern. We talked about how much we both love apple bobbing. Oh. Hello, Riki. Yes, that's the suspicious Cloud Queen. Oh. How is the investigation going? Oh, I found all kinds of truth around here. There is this thing called Wolf in the magic shop. And you can buy pickle juice at the tavern with currency. Oh. Wonderful. Keep up the good work. Also, there's a big monster called the Boogaloo. I'm working on figuring out who. Oh. Just a moment now, Riki. Oh. Don't let any sensitive information fall into the wrong ears. We have reason to believe you're being watched. Have you noticed anything unusual? I mean, yeah, actually, just about everything. Everything is unusual in this town. What are you talking about? We expect they're trying to disrupt the investigation. And Thaddeus. Wait, get away from it. Blop. You used your turn talking to that goose. Blop, blop, blop. Crash. Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Oh, I think their mirror broke. Okay, Thaddeus broke the mirror. You know, no more Zoom calls for us with the other rulers of the kingdoms. They're full of all sorts of herbs. Okay. It's nice and cozy in here. He's got a blue chalk as well. It's a blue piece of chalk. Yep. And a picture of the girl and the boy throwing something in a giant blob that says yum. That might be important. Oh, I guess that's in the cave, right? Because she was talking about going to the cave. Magic beans, magic beans. That's a lot of magic beans. There's a warning on the magic beans, but we don't get to read it. They're full of sorts of herbs. Yeah, okay. They smell really nice. Just some random herbs in a basket. Okay. I forgot to check May's pockets. He's got a key in his pocket. It's turnip-shaped key, I guess, to the barn. And again, a blank piece of paper, except probably not blank. Okay, let's check her pockets really quick. To May, Atticus Bloodhope. Okay, that's the autograph she got. And she's got, it's a luxurious red velvet blanket. The initials PR embroidered on it. Okay. So not hers, right? Because she's May. PR. Okay. Thanks, Rat. Okay, let's talk to this guy then. New mystery, curious concoction. Ah! Wait. Sorry, I thought you were a bear. Fungal. I am a bear. Garoom, I wear a bear suit. You are a bear? Fungal, I am a bear. Garoom, I am Duke. They call me the wild man. Alright. I'm Riki Rocktoe, truthmeister. I'm investigating yesterday's disaster. This is a fine thing you're doing, Riki. Vixta, you must end your investigation. Fangu, we are safe. I think I'm getting mixed messages here. Fango, I summoned the Boogaloo. You... What? Bango. Riki summoned the boogaloo. Hold on now. I'm pretty sure I didn't summon the boogaloo. Humbo, I have answers to all your questions. Do you though? Because you seem a tad confused. Vixta, I will hinder your search. I sure am confused. Garum, do gather rare ingredients for potions. Humbo, potions always used for good. Garum, truthmeister, find truth. Okay, this is gonna be a wild conversation. So, where were you? Garum, I took young May to see the festival. Garum, May loves the singing and the dancing. To see her smile brings joy to my heart. We should stay all night. We could stay all night. May must rest on full moons. Yes, because she's the werewolf. It would be safe. It was safe. Okay. May and I traveled home. May took her medicine. The medicine worked. She slept deeply and peacefully. I stayed with May late into the night. Someone was lurking in the woods. I caught a gold-haired villain wielding a silver blade. Suddenly barn explode. May ran into the night. Gold-haired man chase after. We ran by a strange ritual in turnip fields. I knew what they were doing. Gold-haired man is stuck with magical bolt. I searched all night for May. She returned safe in morning. Okay, so, I mean, it's a bit confusing, but yes. She turned into a werewolf, ran off. That's what led him to then see the people in the field doing the ritual. But then someone was there, like, we had the mention of the hero, so maybe that's the hero that was chasing with the golden hair. Maybe the person Princess Lowen is May? I mean, not sure. Like, the rat peddler seemed like a fun answer for that one. Got any gossip? Where did you learn this unusual way of speaking? Left in the woods as a baby. Wrapped in velvet, much larger than most baby. Fae found Duke. Duke is a Fae. Duke is a Fae. Okay, so he just grew up wild in the woods. His eyes are also like, is he on something? So, do you know the baker? The baker of sweets. Kind and gentle. Dangerous and cunning to this day. Do you know the boy? Friend of May. A polite and trustworthy boy. Not trustworthy at all. The farmer? His barn is filled with turnips. I gave item of great value in exchange for barn. Herbert used item responsibly. Yeah, I don't think that's what happened, right? I think you did buy the barn, but he didn't use the beans responsibly. Girl, that's May. May is my child. She is like every other child. She loves the velvet blanket I was found with as a baby. I gave it to her. Okay, so that's his blanket. The gravedigger. He lures the boogaloo. Agent of still bad. Okay, but that's not true. We know that he's actually keeping the boogaloo at bay. The guard. He emits a pleasant odor. Animal doo-doo. Okay. So she was like, stinky cats, and he's like, oh, I like stinky cats. Harold. Quiet, reserved. I enjoy her company. Not quiet or reserved. He's like, half the things as he says are the reverse of the truth. Okay, so we have the hero here. We can talk about the hero even though we haven't met them yet. An honorable man. Squashed by boogaloo. Okay, so they ran into the field and the hero died. We don't meet them anymore. But then we said we should tell the hero, so maybe they're around. Just flatter than before. Strange creature from a strange land. Truthworthy words. Trustworthy. The imp. Again. Unsure. Anything about the new king? He was the new king. Will you make potions for him? Okay, that's it. What about the old king? He died of old age. Or did he? The prince, still bad, is a fine place. Filled with dangerous creatures. Fear the unknown. Unusual. Princess? I know little of her. Rat peddler, master of rats. This comforts me. Skeleton. Why is the skeleton important now? Shadow magic makes a skeleton rise. Okay, so someone used the skeleton for something? What about you? I am Wildman. Look. The witch. Olga is master of magic. The most talented in all of Knotgud. And the wizard, a magical wizard who sells magical items. Okay, yes. We don't really get to learn a lot from him because he's just speaking a funny language. And we're not gonna talk about the trap on his knee. No, because that just opens the conversation with him. And yes, he says goodbye for the start of the conversation and hello for the end of the conversation. So it does seem like he speaks in reverse, and like a lot of the things he said also seem to be reverse of what we already know, so we should take whatever he says to us as possibly being the reverse. What's his scroll then? This is Duke, the wild man. He was found in the woods as a child and was raised by pixies, which explains the way he talks. The girl is his daughter. Yeah, so we got his scroll, but for May, we still need to figure out who the mother is, right? Who did he manage to have a child with? Okay, well, that's all for now. You stay here with your flowers. And we're gonna go to this barn there. Okay, is this the hero then? Have we found him with his golden hair? Yeah, just flexing his big muscles. And the Boogaloo is just chilling there in the background. He had his distraction. Now he's just sitting on it. He's like a cat, right? Just, you know, go in there, knock over some things, and then just sit on top. Ah, shoot. It's still there. Yep, he totally is. Okay, so there's giant tracks. Those are big footprints. A Boogaloo came through here. Yes, it did. Then green plus what equals purple? As in terms of the eye colors? Wonder the word vixen carib at the beginning how the sentence have a significance. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking whether it would have some implication of, you know, if he says one thing, that means he's about to say like an opposite of truth. If he says this thing, he's saying truth. If he says this thing or like, right? So that would then maybe help us figure out which of the sentences he says are actually true and which are not. But I don't know, maybe there's a book we can read about that. I mean, I didn't read the entire book in the witch's cabin, so maybe that will be something to catch up on later. Okay, we have a broken tree. The tree is snapped like a twig. Either that or she has her mom's eyes. Yeah, that's a possibility, right? I mean, we don't even know, like, is she his actual daughter, or did he also, you know, found the child in the woods and is raising her now, considering he was also found in the woods. So, I presume we will eventually meet the mother if we haven't yet. This lock is shaped like a turnip. Yeah, it probably goes with the turnip-shaped key. And there are scratches. Looks like the barn is permanently open. Okay, oh, did he Did he rent the barn or like bought the barn from the turnip farmer, like going by all the scratches? He knew he didn't have pixie dust and his daughter was going to turn, so he quickly made a deal for the magic beans to get the barn to be able to lock May inside while she turned, so he hoped she was gonna be contained. But because of the cannonball, the barn got torn open, so May got out. That seems to be potentially what happened that night. A cannonball landed here. Yep. Okay, so inside the barn, we've got another chalk drawing. It appears to be a red symbol written with chalk. We've got turnips. These turnips are all wilted and withered. Maybe they are cursed. Maybe, I mean, you can never know. There is a bit of fur that's white, right? Further confirming that she's the werewolf. It's a big tuft of white fur. And there's also some wonder wax. You just can't see it because it's behind me. Yep. Wonder wax. It's empty. Yuck, but it still smells. A big pile of hay. There's a lot of hay, but I don't see any animal friends around. Okay, and then all the scratches. Something has been scratching at the walls. Turnips can't do that, can they? It's the were-turnips. No, it was May. Something smashed through the barn and left this big hole. Yeah, that would be the cannonball. The window is all boarded up. Yes, because they didn't want her to get out. Okay. Anything the rat could see? No. Okay. Well, I guess let's check the hero's pockets. He's got a portal. Oh, he's got a bag of hoarding. The hero has a bag of hoarding. I wonder what he needs that for. Yes, what is he hoarding? So does that mean the way the bag of hoarding works is just actually a portal to a bigger bag? Right? Because there was a big bag in the town, so you get a little bag that just lets you reach into the big bag? I'm not sure. I don't know this magic. Okay, well, let's talk. Yes, it's true. Your eyes do not deceive. Alexander, the Knotgud hero is here. Spread the word. Go on now. Spread the word. Do we know each other? I don't know you. But you know me. I'm the hero of Knotgud. You could steal so many things if you had a rat. I mean, I have a rat, but I'm not using them for evil doings, because I can't be causing them, you know, such moral dilemmas that they've been exposed to. The one everyone's told you about. Actually, no one told me about you. You just randomly appeared in one of my deductions. Yeah, our face. Voted best hair. And most likely to be incinerated by a dragon. I have the third high score for who people at the tavern. I'm the guard's brother. Oh yes, I've met him. Aha! Alexander, you've done it again. Okay, so he's related to the guard as well? I'm on the hunt for the foul beast that terrorizes these woods. If you get a whiff of it, do let me know. Oh yes, actually I've already figured it out even before I've met you. I found out who this monster is. What? The beast is adorable little girl? Also, is that like a Final Fantasy sword? I can't defeat her. Just imagine what the herald will say. I'll have to find a new monster to slay. There's that boogaloo over there. Boogaloo? That's a bit obvious, isn't it? They'll expect me to slay a boogaloo. I need something that will wow them. Okay, so you're a coward then. Something they won't expect. Something less big? That could fit in a small cave? Yeah, that's it. Stand back, young truffling. Crack. Now be a good lad and scamper all in there. If you come out unscathed, I will know there's not enough danger present to warrant my skills. Okay, yes, he's that sort of hero, right? He's like, that monster's too big, and you go in the cave, and I'll just be here with my hair. So where were you during the disaster? I'd like to ask about what happened last night. You'd like me to regale you with tale of my heroism? Sure. Well, I normally don't, but picture this. There, I was at the festival, a real snooze fest. The Prince of Stillbad was boring the princes and the good people of Knotgud to tears. Then I, Alexander Armstrong, stepped forth and commanded everyone's attention. Gasps and excited whispers rippled through the crowd. I presented my finest silver blade and announced... silver blade? Suspicious. My fairest lady, my princess, my blade is yours, as is my heart. I shall slay the beast that terrorizes the woods and prove my devotion to you. It was then that Duncan, my own brother, arrested me and confiscated my weapon. The nerve. But fear not, my young devotee. Alexander always keeps plenty of backups. So I ventured into the woods, weapon in hand, ready to slay the foul creature. Golly, that sounds dangerous. And it is, Roni. But the maidens love when you senselessly risk life and limb with arbitrary feats of violence and poetry. But the former is more my style. This is absurd. I don't make the rules. I just win the game. Now picture me trekking through the woods, the wind sweeping through my golden locks, the moonlight resting upon my chiseled features. Are you picturing it? Okay, I am now. Wow. That's when I heard a commotion, a bang, a crash, followed by the distinct howl of a beast. I took off towards it and spotted the great white furry beast bounding towards the turnip field. I drew my dagger and pursued. Though I too was pursued by the giant brute Duke, the Wildman. I know not what drew his ire, or as there was any reason to his actions at all. Still, I set upon my mark and feather. We had just passed by a group of masked revelers, when, zap, I was struck by an otherworldly force. A foul magic hit me from behind. Those cowardly boogaloo summoners must have turned their powers against me. Can't remember much after that. I woke up in that bar just now. And so my quest continues. A hero's job is never done. Okay, so when Crystal was saying earlier, like they needed the 7 belt holes, but the cannon was added and then it caused a problem. Actually, it seems like the way it caused a problem is that it released the werewolf, and the werewolf ran into the ritual, and then chaos ensued. So, yes, kind of, but with so many more steps, because of course everything just happens at once here. Yeah, got any goss? I had to say your investigation here is a fool's errand, Truthmeister. A fool's investigation? You do know the castle of Knotgud contains a crystal ball, don't you? Once they fish that out of the rubble, we'll be able to see exactly what happened last night. Duncan told me all about it. They keep it locked tight in a safe, even with the castle crumbled around it. I bet it's still intact. That will solve everything. I wouldn't waste my time if I was you. Yes, so we know about the ball and we know about the safe, but whether the ball is still in the safe remains a question. Okay, so what do you know about everyone? The baker, would you believe that aside from me, she's the most famous person in town? Everyone has heard the name Loose Cannon Callie. Dread pirate extraordinaire, terror of the Nine Skies, bane of old King Kurt. She's really quite nice. So about the boy. Little Ludwig, my youngest brother. I can only hope he will take after me and not our dismal older brother Duncan the guard. I spent many an evening round the campfire recounting my deeds to Ludwig. There are enough trees in Knotgud to provide the wood required for the campfires needed to tell my countless tales. He's so full of himself. He tells me that he and that girl saved Knotgud from an imposter. I assured him it was likely me somehow. A fortunate byproduct of some earlier victory of mine. But still, he persists, despite overwhelming evidence against it. You know, perhaps he does take after me. I borrowed some chalk from him to make adjustments to those hideous wedding flyers. But I seem to have misplaced it last night. Yeah, so he was trying to do a bunch of stuff, or, you know, pretend to be a hero, because of course, he probably doesn't actually do anything useful. So about the farmer. Herbert, that man loves his turnips. That's all I know about him. All there is to know, I'd say. What does a farmer even do? Grow food? From the ground? Where all the mud is? No, thank you. I'll take a sweetened potato pie from the tavern. This come from nice warm oven. Yes, because they never seen anything that grew in the ground. The potatoes just magically appear. So the girl. I see her and Ludwig run about, climbing into sewer pipes, playing with swords, throwing broken bottles. To be young. Yeah, but now you know she's the werewolf. The gravedigger. While it's true a gargoyle might simply repel a buckle, they're little help in banishment. Hardly impressive, I'd say. Well, he's doing better job than you. Me? Well, I don't have the correct weapons to deal with a burglar. Otherwise, I would have that big body banished before lunch. Oh, of course. Just don't have the right weapons. So, your brother the guard? Duncan is dismal. My older brother. Can you believe he arrested me and took my dagger during the festival? His own brother. And for what? A declaration of love? What does he have against love? He had better give me that dagger back. The herald? She certainly has her finger on the pulse and Knotgud. Listen closely. There will soon be announcing Alexander's latest great deed. I like her because she believes everything I say. But she should, because it's all essentially true. Though you'd be surprised how often folks struggle with believing my admittedly unbelievable tales. Blinded by envy, no doubt. I can hardly blame them. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's envy we're dealing with here. So, I may regret saying this, but tell me about yourself. This is I, Alexander Armstrong, at your service. Oh, at your service, just a formal kind of saying. I can't help you. I'm very busy. Okay, he didn't go into like 20 minutes about talking about himself. The imp that wizard just summoned with one day, and they let that little beastie fly around all willy-nilly. That's exactly the kind of creature a hero such as myself would banish. Instead, they gave it a job at the Wonder Emporium. What is Knotgud coming to? Any opinion on the new king? Once I slay a terrible monster, the new king Bert will surely award me. Likely some title or plot of land. You know New King Bird was in the castle. Of course he was. He's the king. Oh. That castle. The Knotgud's next ruler will appreciate my heroic deeds. The old king, did he ever recognize your heroic deeds? Old King Kurt, what is there to say? He's dead and buried. Go see his tomb for yourself if you must. Well, there is a tomb, but the king is not there. What about the prince? Still bad, the vampire kingdom are the bitter bitey rivals of Knotgud. That was before King Kurt made the barbaric betrothal. Now we have vampires crawling around Knotgud. And to think our princess becoming a vampire queen? Who could blame me for trying to rescue her from such fate? I mean, she wants to be a vampire queen. If only I had more time to win her heart. Yes. What do you think of the princess then? A beautiful princess and a dashing hero. It's the sort of thing they wrote storybooks about, isn't it? We had a moment yesterday when I declared my love for her. Our eyes meet, our hearts raced, and she screeched, "You're ruining the festival, your oaf!" Those words were like sweet honey, made by 1,000 angelic bees, in love. At first, even I was a bit confused by what it meant. But as I lay in this hay this morning, I realized, if you wrote that down, rearranged some letters, took some out, and added a few, it would spell, "I love you too, Alexander. You're very handsome. Let's get married." Very clever indeed. What else would you expect from the most intelligent, beautiful princess in the land? Well, well, well. Doesn't he think highly about himself? Do you know the rat peddler? When I grew up, the rats were a luxury only few could afford. Now they're in every home, people even carry them in their pockets. The marvels of the modern world never cease to amaze me. Yes, they're like mobile phones in this world, and AI, and probably a bunch of other things. Yeah, the skeleton. It showed up yesterday and just wanders around. No one seems to care. I rid the town of this undead nuisance, but slaying a single armless skeleton? You think a bard is going to write any songs about that? Okay, so the skeleton... Weirdly enough, because we got the skeleton from looking at the skeleton in the witch's shop, but I think the skeleton we're talking about is the skeleton that they used for the ritual, which it seems like it would have been maybe the old king's skeleton because he's missing from his grave. And then, you know, it seems like he might be something to do with all this. Like the whole, is the new king the old king or something like that. But yes, there is a skeleton with one arm just wandering about. We haven't seen that yet. About the wild man. That brute tried to interrupt my pursuit of the creature most foul. Why, I say, why would anyone protect such a beast? Ulterior motives, my dear lad, is the only explanation. The witch, she hasn't aged a bit since I was a wee child. I wonder why that is. My good looks will never be lost to time. How? Sheer force of will. I'll simply not grow old. Okay, so the witch knows about keeping people young. And the wizard? Wondrous Wilton. That 2-bit wizard is the most magical in town. I've never seen any magic out of him. Though he does have that imp. Either way, who cares? Swords, knives, bows, and arrows are much more impressive than magic. Okay, well, we talked, but it was mostly like, just your opinion. If you need a hero, you know where to find me. Yeah, except you won't do anything, so... whatevs. Can we fill in your thing? This is Alexander. A hero. The arm at the start of the game, yes. That was from that skeleton that we apparently suddenly know about. Who recently returned to Knotgud. The someone and the somehow are his brothers. So the boy and the guard are his brothers. He uses a bag of hoarding to hold all his items. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's what we know about him. This is about curious concoction. So that unlocked when we talked to the wild man. The local something creates a variety of something for the townsfolk. There's someone helps by gathering. Okay, so this is probably the local witch creates a variety of potions, because we already know that. For the townsfolk, the wild man helps by gathering like herbs or ingredients. Yeah. 2 specialty items were ordered. The someone ordered something potion in form of perfume. Ah, that's the herald, right? The herald ordered love potion. Is there a love potion? We also have potions. Oh, a something potion in the form of perfume. Okay, we have a love here. Ordered a something love potion in form of perfume. So what would fit here? True love potion in the form of perfume? Yes, okay, because yeah, we found that on them and they were trying to spray the princess. And someone placed order for something potions, okay. I don't think we know that yet. Okay, well, that's fine. Anything else? That's the safe. That's the kids entering the castle. Oh, and we have to check the map. We have to check the map to figure out what shape they were forming. But we have a cave to search and all that stuff, so we will get to it. Oh, hi. Okay. There's some vines. Neat. Looks like distorite crystals. Okay. There is some wonder wax here as well. Just everywhere with this wax. Wonder wax is empty. Yuck, but it still smells. Okay. It's probably important that they're leaving this everywhere. There's some bats. Is that you, Prince Atticus? Just some regular bats, I guess. Yeah. You know, not all bats are vampire, Prince. Okay, we can go further. Yes, there is that blob the kids were feeding. Hello, honorable slime creature. I'd like to take the path that you happen to be blocking. Could you move, please? Okay, I don't need to read that. The slime has voice acting. It's not budging. Okay, we're gonna need to get rid of it. Are these magic mushrooms? Why? What are you gonna do with them? Turnips. Someone left some turnips here. Indeed. It's just magic mushrooms. A hole. It's the kitty and the pixies. We're under the witch's house. This must be the missing cat. Meow. Truthmeisters, I heard non-pixie voices coming through the pipe into my home. Olga, I found your cat. Pumpernickel. You were right under my nose this whole time. Thank you, Riki. It seems I've underestimated you. That's alright. A lot of people do. Then they're real impressed when I do something right. What's that, Pumpernickel? Oh yes, what a wonderful idea. Pumpernickel has decided to accompany you during your time in Knotgud, little Newt. Her magic detecting abilities will be invaluable to your investigation. Okay, we get a cat. We get a cat, and it detects magic. Oh, and don't worry, she won't bother the rodent. Welcome aboard, Pumpernickel. Who knew detective work involved so many little creatures? Yes, it's mostly little critters. Now that this pressing matter is resolved, I will no longer prevent you from returning to Knotgud. Thank you. Okay, so we were able to go around like the woods, but she wouldn't have let us leave. Okay, we've got a kitty. The kitty can do things. It's glowing with pink magic and a pair of wings. Okay, so yeah, we can see colors of magic. So it's the pixies, they're having like, what was that, life magic? Can the rat do anything here? Yes, it can look into one of the turnip houses. Hello, little pixie. We can speak. Vixta, Vixta. Okay, this is where we may be able to learn about the pixie language. Vixta, I'm large. Okay, so Vixta means they're lying? Vixta, night is bright. Vixta, day is dark. Vixta, dog says meow, cat says bark. Okay, yes, so we're learning the language and then we will be able to know where, like, what the wild man is saying. Yes, a pixie village is in the something. They have a strange way of speaking just like the wild man, okay. Yeah, we'll have to revisit things with the cat, although we know, like, for example, that we want to see things about the safe and stuff like that, so obviously we can check every scene if we want to. So the pixie village is in Witch's Hut. They have a strange way of speaking, just like the wild man. Pomba means the following statement something. Vixta means the following statement is false. Okay, well, I guess we have to talk to them more to find out more. It's a little light bug. Yes, they're using little light bugs as their light fixtures. Okay, let's talk to the other fairies then. Fango, Fango. Fango, I'm a horse. Oh, okay, so actually Vixta, it may mean it's reverse, right? It's not just a lie, but specifically a lie where they said the opposite, because she was saying, I'm big, and night is bright and day is dark, so it's opposite or reverse. I'm a horse, so Fango is just outright lie that has nothing to do with anything. Fango, you are a pixie. Fango, we're getting married. Fango, fish are hairy. I think this one's been swimming in the potion pool too long. Okay, so no. Okay, Vixta means is opposite, and Fango means it's false. Okay, what else you have to say to me? Pombo, Pombo. Pombo, it will rain all week. Pombo, every egg will hatch. Pombo, a shooting star will fall tonight. How could they be sure about any of that? Yes, because they're talking about the future. So how could they know? And then this one. Garoom, you arrive in our pixie enclave, outsider. Pombo, you will understand our ways easily. Fango, we welcome outsiders. Okay, they don't. It's a lie. Vixta, the farmer was welcome. So that's opposite, they didn't welcome it. You like the stream? Well, thank you for liking the stream. It always helps. Vixta, stay as long as you like. They're like, no, don't. Garoom, Garoom. Garoom, I'm a purple pixie. Yes, you are. You're a truthmeister. Okay, so Garoom is truth. Garoom, last night was a full moon. The man gave us houses to let him send something up the pipe. At least this one makes some sense. Okay, so the pixies traded with the turnip farmer, right? He gave them turnips for houses and they just let him use the pipe. Okay, so that means Garoom is true. So the Pumbo statements, they were like predictions, something in the future. Uncertain, because we don't know whether it will happen or not. No, something's not right. Okay. Humble means the following statement is uncertain. Did I get that right? Yes, she says Pombo, yes, and she says prediction things. Garoom sounded like truth. Garoom, yeah, purple pixie, truthmeister, full moon, yes. Oh, the cave, not the witch hut, yes. You are right. Because I was like, well, we walked under the witch hut, but I guess we're still in the cave. Yes, okay. That works. It makes sense when you know how it works, sort of. I'll be able to better understand the wildman now. Yes, if we need to ask him anymore, right? He told us some things. But I'm not sure we need more from him right now. Yeah, that's the same pipe as the witch's house. Okay. So now that we have the cat, yeah, we can see the magic. The slime has magic. It's glowing with light purple magic and a star. Okay, we probably need to take notes from the book about the magic in order to better understand what we're seeing. Okay, because here there is lots of yellow magic, which I think was like decay, because obviously the turnips are withering, and the wax is also yellow magic. Okay, here we have blue transformation magic, and yet the wax is glowing yellow. What's this? It's a heart someone drew with magic. Okay, interesting. Okay, so we all can also see like secret symbols drawn with magic. Yes, he's glowing with blue magic because he's got the bag, and yet the boogaloo is dark purple magic with a skull because it's the dark. Yes, the heart is the old king symbol, so someone was doing something to do with that. Okay, we can... That's not continue on. Continue on here. Okay, that gets us to the field. But I guess before we start exploring the field, maybe we want to go backwards and, yeah, investigate. Okay, she glows with purple magic. It's glowing with light purple magic and a star. Yeah. Then the witch also glows with purple magic. The dragon head does not glow with anything. Okay, there are like little footprints in here that some creatures have left. I guess some of it looks like cat footprints and some of it looks like rat footprints, right? The rats were here stealing things, and it is the kitty litter box. It smells of decay. Well, that's not surprising, is it? Okay, we can go to here. Okay, the mushrooms are shadow magic and he's purple magic. Which has purple eyes, yes. And she also glows purple when we use the cat. Yeah, there is a book about the colors. Oh, there's a new person here as well. They don't have any magic, and yes, then the bag of holding, it has magic. The candles also, the candles just appeared. They weren't here before, right? So now they've put protection candles. Looks like someone put up blue candles all around the tavern. Yes, they're trying to protect themselves. And there is lots of new characters. There's now a jester, just hanging out here. We can probably go on the tower, see some things. Okay, there's actually no magic up the tower to be seen. What about the princess? Yeah, what about the princess? I didn't check her. Let's see. She has heart. Oh, she's probably got the red heart magic because she keeps being sprayed with the love perfume. So that's why that's happening. Can we like combine the two things? Can we have the rat open this? And then yes, then the cat can also see that the dagger is glowing purple magic. So yeah, we can also inspect things in people's pockets for the magic colors. Okay, so if we go back to here, okay, the boy is here now. They don't glow with any magic. What about inside the shop? Okay, he glows with purple magic. The boy is just snooping through the window, and the wax glows with decay magic. But nothing else in the shop glows with magic, which means it's all a scam. Almost nothing is magical other than the decay wax. So yeah, all lies. So this is the book with the magic colors. Was it here or was it in the types? Yeah, this is just about the magical abilities. Yeah, magic, yeah, types. Yes, so mundane magic is the purple. So purple just means this is magical. And star as well. Then we have the shadow magic with the skull. Like gray. I'm just taking notes so I don't have to come here all the time. Space magic, so that's blue with the infinity symbol. I think the love potion perfume doesn't make the person wearing it fall in love with the person who sprayed it. It makes those who smell it fall in love with the person who sprayed it. Possible, because the princess was sprayed and then both the herald and the hero are in love with her, although it's possible for them to just be in love with the princess. But yes, the herald at least was spraying the potion hoping that the princess would fall in love with them. Okay, so then we have green with the leaf. It's grow magic. She was spraying Attica? No, I'm pretty sure she was talking about spraying the princess. Even Attica said she was like spraying things on the princess. Because he was like, oh, she was spraying. Like, well, I mean, we can recheck this later. Yes, growth. Then we have the pink with the heart. And that's the life magic. Which includes love. And then it's the yellow splotch, that's decay. Yes, it's destructive and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you don't want it on your skin. So people using that wax on themselves is possibly not a good thing for them. Okay, but now that means we can go to here near the castle. I wonder how the perfume knew who to make those who breathed it fall in love with, unless it was the person wearing it. Yes, it is. I mean, the herald might be misusing it. The witch's werewolf's mom? Potentially. Okay, so with the cat, we can see, well, what looks like a 6, but it's inside the heart, and I think this is like a fallen stone, so it's actually supposed to be a 9. Can we look at the safe? Wonder what the combination is. Okay, so we can't do anything with that unless we solve it. So in here, we can see the upside down heart. Like this. So right way up will be like this. Okay, so we're just gonna have to search the town for more of those stones with numbers, and then we will know what the numbers are. Or what the safe combination is. Because yeah, I think we have a scroll for that. Yes, there's a safe in the castle rubble that may hold some valuable information. The code to the safe is something, something, something. And we do have numbers 1 through 9, so we have to not only figure out what the numbers are, but we also have to figure out their order. We can try and see whether the witch is the mother. Yeah, that's her. Apparently, that's the truth. Okay. So it is the witch and the wild man. Then we have the pixies. These are the pixies that live in the cave below the witch's hut. They drink the potions that the witch dumps down the pipe. They also raise the wild man as a child. How'd they raise him, right? Did he live in their little cave? Because that seems like they wouldn't have big enough room for him. That's it. Okay, so we're all filled in on the characters now. So I know there's lots of new people here, but I think we should just continue with where we were going and check out that additional location past the barn. Yes, because there's more things here. So there is another candle. Another blue candle. I should probably be taking notes about where we found blue candles that were burned as well, because that will help us with figuring out the shape on the map. So there was one in the bell tower. Then there was one on the witch's hut. And now there's one in the turnip field. So I don't remember seeing more of the burnt out ones, because there's obviously ones that just been placed that are just fresh candles, but we're only looking for the ones that are burnt out. Another blue candle, yes. Someone left a mask. It's a red mask with big ears. Yes, there's some sort of bird mask. It's a purple mask with a big beak. Some robes. It's dark purple robe. Okay, what does the cat see? Okay, the cat sees no magic here. Is there anything in the robe that we can check out with the rat? No, there's not. Big footprints. Those are big footprints. The boogaloo came through here. Yes. Oh, we can go. Hi! We can go up the vines, and there's the skeleton. The skeleton turns to Riki. Hello, my good skeleton. Are you able to answer some questions? Rattles. Alright, let's give it a shot. Yeah, he just rattles. He doesn't have any vocal cords. So, the disaster? What happened here last night? Skeleton gestures around aimlessly. I see. Got any good gauze? Who were you before you became a skeleton? Yet skeleton attempts to speak, but makes no sound. Okay. Do you know about the old king? Is that you? Bones creaking. Okay. The new king? Kicks at the ground. Okay. Prince, intense rattling. Are we supposed to read into something like that? Okay, princess, adoring rattling. So he likes the princess. The baker, the skeleton makes a dismissive gesture. Okay. I mean, the old king and the baker, they were supposed to be like old rivals from the days she was a pirate, so dismissive gesture could be it. The boy, the skeleton shakes a fist, okay, because yeah, he's a little rascal. The farmer. The skeleton scratches at the vine. Okay, so it's like the farmer made the vine. The girl. The skeleton produces a clot of dirt, which is throws downwards. Okay. Gravedigger. Rattles. Okay. Guard. Shrug. Herald. Unimpressed. Rattle. Hero. Rattles angrily. Imp. Just rattles. Rat peddler. Bored. Rattling. Skeleton. Skeleton points to itself. Wildman. Rattle. Witch. Rattle. Wizard. Disappointed. Rattle. Okay, well, that was very informative. Thank you. Rattles intensely. Bye, skeleton. He's got, yeah, shadow magic on him. Does he have pockets? The skeleton doesn't have pockets. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Can we go higher up? No, we cannot. Okay, we cannot go into the clouds to see what's going on. The skeleton is added here. This skeleton appeared in Knotgud last night. I presume that's what someone said. And it's stuck on one of the giant vines. No one seems to know where it came from. Vines. Yes. Not a big mystery solved, right? Yes, there's a skeleton, no one knows who that is, and it's sitting on a vine. Wasn't hard to solve. Okay, and he doesn't have pockets. That's the important part. Okay. How do we get out of here? Because I'm like, oh, we can't go up, because I couldn't press up, but also... How do I press to go down? Okay. Oh, okay. We can go up. It's just like a small section to press. Ah. Ooh. There's a ship in the sky. Someone's sailing. But we cannot inspect. But yes, there's a picture. There's a picture, and we know that a picture was needed for the ritual. So it's the king and the princess, and she's crossed out. So for the purpose of the ritual, does that mean don't kill the princess, only kill the king? Or does it mean it's hair, attack hair? Looks like a painting of the old king and the princess. But how did it end up here? Any magic? No. Any things to inspect with the rat? No. Someone's purple jacket. Yes, there's no prince. I mean... The prince was immediately suspicious, right? He's definitely not who he says he is. Or, you know, the new king, I guess. Not to be confused with the vampire prince. Someone's robe ended up in the sky. Yes, it did. And there's a giant leaf. We made it to the top. Okay, you seem concerned about this. Okay, it's just being at the top. Yep. Okay, that's just all being at the top. We are really high up. Yes, we are. Okay, we can't look at the ship. So yes, it's just the fact that this picture was used, which again, we know that this is needed for the ritual. So that will be important information for some of the solutions. The witch had burglary, the witch's hut has been broken into and her cat is missing. It has been, okay, it's been in the cave, right? We've already found it, so we can fill this in. Been in the cave since last night. No one stole it, it just got scared and it hid in the cave. There we go, night. There we go. Because the something, the cat... Someone rented, I assume rats, up the pipe in the something to lure the cat away. With the cat gone, someone entered through the something. Okay. Well, the pixies told us that the farmer went in there, right? Because they said the farmer was welcome, which was a lie, and he could stay as long as he wanted. But yes, because there's something. So it's gonna be the farmer rented rats up the pipe in the cave to lure the cat away. With the cat gone, someone entered through the, I assume, just the window. They went in through the broken window. What's gonna be the word here? Because someone fears the cat? The farmer rented all-purpose rats up the pipe in the cave to lure the cat away. With the cat gone, someone entered through the window. Okay. Who fears the cat? Potentially the imp? Right? Would the imp in the shop fear cats? Did he at some point say anything about being afraid of cats? Yes, then someone who placed the order for the potions, the safe code. Yes, then what the boy did in the safe. And yes, then the shape of the candles. Okay, this takes us further. We've got a dagger from the Wonder Shop, which I suppose Rat Vendor may also be, or afraid of the cat. Potentially, but she says she doesn't like crime though, right? She specifically was angry that people were using the rats for crime, although obviously she could be lying. But then why would she want us to investigate who was using the rats for crime? So it does feel like she doesn't want to get involved in illegal activities with the rats. Yes, this is a dagger. I assume they brought it to the ritual thinking it's a magical dagger, but it's not magical. This dagger says Wonder on it. It's covered in terrible smelling goo. Yes, it's covered in the wax again. Yes, if we see here, it's covered in decay magic. There's also the blue space magic on this bag, and then the shadow magic here, where I assume the boogaloo originated. Okay, it's a bag of crystals. A bag full of disarrayed crystals. So that was what we saw in the cave. It's a big scary hole in the ground, yeah, where the boogaloo came from. More vines. It's less exciting now that I've seen so many. Okay, we're bored with the vines now. It says, no Franklin. No Franklin? Okay. What did Franklin do? Anything else in the bag? No. Okay, can we go further? Yes, I assume we will eventually get all the way back to the spot where the vines were blocking the path towards the farm. Yes, more vines. The vines really caused a lot of destruction. There is a lantern. It's been destroyed by the vine. And there's a gold dagger. It's a golden dagger. Looks fancy. No magic here. Nothing to snoop on, I guess, so we continue. And there he is. He's finally chopped through the vine. Now that we've gone all around town and seen all the things. So yes, here's the skeleton arm, and he's wearing one of those love rings that were from the shop. And yes, his arm was chewed on. So I guess the werewolf may have done it. The werewolf got the skeleton, and that's why the arm is off. And the skeleton was needed for the ritual, and it needed to be intact. So the fact that it's not intact anymore also interfered with the whole ritual situation. Yes, that's an entire arm. I hope this is normal for Knotgud. Yes, it's wearing the love ring. But there is no magic here, because the ring was from the fake magic shop. Did we check your pockets? No, there is some sort. Oh no, it's the magic beans, right? He got the magic beans from the wild man. The label has been peeled off. Yes, the beans are gone, but that's the same jar. A turnip? That's actually not surprising. Yes, exactly. We knew he would have a turnip. Is there more he can say now, right? Because obviously we've spoken to him at the start, and since then we've unlocked a whole host of new characters that he could potentially tell us about. Like Baker. If you want one of her world-famous sweetened potato pies, with flaky golden crust, rich complex flavors, made with tender love and care, celebrated and adored by all, well, turn around, because they're not all cracked up to be. I wasn't. But what's so bad about those pies? For starters, they have potatoes in them. Who knows where those come from? Second, Kali's an outlaw who can't be trusted. Third, she puts curses on the pies and makes everyone think they're the best thing since food clothes. She knew my turnips were the only thing that could stop her, and here we are. Actually, yes, we could go to the tavern and see if the pie is magical or not, but can I ask you specifically about the wild man? Because I know you two had business. Big fella lives down the road from my farm in the woods. Traded him an old barn a while back. Or at least I think I did. The conversation was not clear. Not clear at all. But have you seen how big that acorn he lives in is? How did he do that? What did he do different? I mean, just imagine a turnip that size, Riki. All the kingdom's problems would be solved. Yes, he's just dreaming about giant turnips. Did the witch make any potions for you? Apparently she sells potions, magic plants and such. Well, I tried to buy something and she said it was reserved indefinitely for another client. Wilton's didn't have it either. What am I supposed to do, huh? And did you know she's got a bunch of rude pixies living under her house? What's with that? Okay, yeah, he tried to buy the pixie dust. That's it. So actually that's probably what we need to put in that scroll about her. Or the concoction. Would it be that he placed order for pixie dust potions? Or I'm not sure. Do we even have pixie dust? Yeah, we do. So it would go here. So would it be the farmer placed an order for what? Something pixie dust potions. Ritual pixie dust potions. Secret, sleep, stall, summon, swap, transform, trick through uncertain victim window. Not sure what word we've got, because, I mean, what I'm thinking is basically that he wanted the pixie dust because he needed it for the ritual or whatever he was trying to do. Like, he was trying to grow a giant turnip, but instead he grew a giant boogaloo. But she wouldn't give him the pixie dust because she had it for the wild man to give to his werewolf daughter. So then he stole the pixie dust and replaced it with sugar, right? I think that's what we got from that. But what's this word? The farmer placed an order for True Growth potions. We have growth. Okay, so the pixie dust would be ingredient, but not the name of it. No, something isn't right. Or I mean, it could be growth, just something else at the start. Transform growth potions? No. I mean, we may just not have the information yet, so that might be fine for now. Well, now I want to go check on the pies. Yes, he's all stinky with the decay magic because of him using the wax. And he's got a dagger. That's the unmistakable shine of a silver dagger. Okay, so that's the dagger he confiscated. It's not the dagger. So the dagger in the grave, it's not the hero's dagger. The guard still has that silver dagger. It's a jar of wonder wax. Yes, I can smell it from here. And then he's got... Ah, yes, he made the drawing. Oh, yes, he made the drawing that shows that the vampire prince actually wasn't at the wedding. It's just the princess and the new king. So yeah, that's the scratches from all that stuff. And yes, here's the map. Unfortunately, we can't draw on it in the game. But, so we know that there was a candle here at the witch's hut. Here at the bell. And then one in the turnip field, which, I mean, that kind of makes it like a really awkward triangle. So there must be more, right? There must be more to make it more than just a very skinny triangle. Unless, because this skinny triangle would contain the tavern, right? So... somehow it could have been the turnip person trying to curse the tavern, but then he got it really wrong. But no, there might be more candles we need to find to make a bigger shape. Although yeah, going from the tower to the field to the witch's hut does really kind of close off the slide, unless it's some different shape that I can't see right now because I don't have enough information. Okay, well, that's interesting. Yes, there's still the mystery of the cat with a knife and the triangle symbol. Yeah, so that's a bunch of things. I'm like, can I ask the imp about cats? Yes, there is definitely more in the witch's hut that we may be able to learn stuff from. Yes. I'm like, I get the weird feeling that he talked about cats at some point and not liking cats. But I'm not sure how we got into that conversation. Any opinions on the witch? She owns the magical feline familiar. Pimmel hates the feline. Keep it away from me. Don't let it hurt Pimmel. Yes, I think he may have talked about it when we were inspecting the dog, but now he confirms it. So that tells me that the whole burglary, right? It was the imp that fears the cat. So the farmer then rented all purpose rats up the pipe in the cave to lure the cat away. With the cat gone, the imp entered through the window. And then the imp, I presume, stole. He stole the pixie dust? From the witch's hut with... Oh no, he replaced. Okay, he replaced the pixie dust. Swapped. He swapped the pixie dust from the witch's hut with sugar. That's what it says. Yes, there is swapped. There we go. We know about your crimes. We should let the witch know. Okay. Let's run to let the witch know. Like, what's the fastest way to go to the witch? This way. I figured out who infiltrated your house. The farmer used rats to lure Pumpernickel away so the imp could get in through the window. those two. I'll cook up something special for them. Thank you once again, Riki. I won't forget this. What brings you to my woods, little newt? Okay, well, we can ask her about the new people we've met, so... What about the girl? Ah yes, May, because she knows about May being a werewolf. What a delightful young lady, don't you think? Her and her father once came here. Her and her father come here once a month to pick up medicine. Despite the break-in, I was thankfully still able to provide them some yesterday. Yeah, not exactly. I watch over them, and anyone who might disturb them will answer to me. Yes, I mean, but now we know that she's the mother as well. You've thoughts about the hero? Arrogant and brash. Alexander Armstrong. He's distrusting of my magic, which is fine and well, as I am distrusting of him. I saw him in the fields last night, doing what, I'm unsure. He was among the masked he wasn't among the masked robed figures. Okay, so he didn't participate in the ritual. I mean, he seems like he's scared, right? He seems like he's the sort of cowardly hero. He wouldn't get involved in such things. Anything about the skeleton? A skeleton sits atop the strange vines. Yet another strange occurrence from last night. Shadow creatures exist between the spirit and physical worlds. Much like how a body is the vessel of our own spirit, a body is used to bind a shadow to the summoner's will. If this vessel is damaged, it can no longer restrain the spirit within. I expect the skeleton has something to do with this boogaloo. Yes, because it's all connected. Like, they were using the skeleton for the summoning, right? Because that was the slayed victim. But he's not intact, so things are going haywire. And the wild man? The typical not good citizen fears a man like Duke for living unconventionally, much like myself. They see him as less civilized, less intelligent, unpredictable, just because he speaks differently. He merely speaking Fae, little newt. He's far more intelligent than they could understand. He's quite handsome too. That reminds me, I have a letter for him. Okay, would you like to let us read the letter? Farewell. Or was that in your pocket? Ah, still with the invisible ink that we haven't been able to read yet. She does have the magical beings book, but there is quite a lot in there. And I'm also mindful of the time, because it has been already 3 hours, and therefore it is 11 here. So, we have solved some mysteries, but yes, it seems like we're not even that close yet to figuring out the final mysteries, right? We have to solve this whole, like, what were the kids doing in the vault of the castle? How do we get the code for the safe? What's the whole, like, exactly what was happening at the ritual? Who was there? You know, what were they doing? What was the shape? So I think there is enough here for another stream, which means we will have to come back to it next time, which will be again Sunday. But hopefully you've enjoyed all of our discoveries today, and you will be still interested in finding out what actually happened in the Kingdom of Knotgud. Was it all planned? Was this someone's actual plan to do what they've done? Or was this all a giant accident because everyone is in some way incompetent? Because, yes, I am voting for incompetent, to be honest. Just like a big coincidence of incompetence of various people came together, and that's how we ended up here. And the Cloud Queen is still suspicious. Let's not forget about her. She may have had hand in this too. So, yes. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting or just hanging out in the background. If you enjoyed the stream, it would really help if you did like it. And yes, I shall see you all next time for more of this. And of course there will be videos on the channel in the week. I've already put the post where I said what's coming out. Then as I was mentioning last time, lots of new games are coming out this week, next week. So there will be plenty of content for future streams. I may have to figure out how I'm gonna fit all of those things in, you know. It's been kind of a dry season for releases last couple months, and now everything is releasing on top of each other. So lots and lots of new things hopefully coming soon. But yes, have a good rest of your day, have a good night, have a good week, and hopefully I will see you next weekend for the rest of this game. And of course, as always, thank you to the channel members for supporting the channel. And yes, bye-bye!